Game of Thrones spoilers. We gotta say that's what this. Give them a little headline.
GOT.
I just couldn't understand Game of Thrones. That's why I couldn't get it.
Well, the thing about it is,
Oh Lord.
the thing about it is, I feel like a dickhead now because I watched the whole thing and I expected it to build to something. I didn't expect to have my day ruined. And all they did was, okay, Bran is the king. Why? You don't watch the show, do you?
I don't, but I know.
God, I'm the only. You don't watch it either.
I just watched clips.
Sorry, man.
This is just me being
I'm still on season 1.
an obsessed venting prick.
Hey, look, you just gotta do what you gotta do.
It's one of those things, man, where just don't disrespect me. Like, characters are making decisions that they would never make, and the story becomes a bunch of crowd-pleasing nonsense. Like, you can look up compilation videos of people, like, cheering in a bar, and I'm like, that's who this is made for now.
Oh, so that's why people were so mad. Okay. I was trying to figure out when 8 came out, people were hyped. Yeah! And episode 2 came out.
Yeah.
It was like, what the
storylines go nowhere, and it's just...
I can imagine the only one thing that'll hurt you more than this is if by the end of one, he's like, "What? I don't want to be king.
I don't want to be Pirate King."
And then he just walks away.
He gets to Raftel, and they see what the One Piece is, and he goes, "You know what? This is fucking lame. I'm going home. Like this sucks."
True. I already thought,
you know what? Fuck you, Zoro. He just goes down the list.
He goes down the list, and you were an asshole, and I always hated this about you.
How did your tits get bigger? I don't understand. No one fronted you to surgery.
Did those weather sky wizards do something that we didn't see during the time skip? My God.
I actually thought they forgot about the whole thing. I thought it was just more about fighting new strength.
Well, the thing is a long time of it was them getting to the Grand Line, and then after they're there, like, they make their way from island to island, of course, you know, doing shit as they go. But it gets to a point where they figure out that they're not strong enough to fight the enemies, because there's two halves of the Grand Line. The Grand Line goes around the entire planet, and the other half of the Grand Line is called the New World. It's like lawless weather systems that don't make sense. Like, there's an island where it rains lightning. It's like it's constantly raining lightning.
What episode is that?
And it's just like, no, you just see that. That's just a cutaway to like, oh, this is what the New World is like, and monsters and just shit that is just it's a hellhole.
So I don't watch One Piece that much. This is pretty much the equator in a sense.
Kind of, yeah, it is. It's like their world's equator. But the thing about the Grand Line is that to get to it, you have there's two other lines that go around it, almost like a cord, and it's called the Calm Belt. And in the Calm Belt, there is no wind. The water does not move. If you sail a ship in there like a normal ship, it'll get stuck. And not only that, there are monsters called Sea Kings that are basically like dragons and horrible sea creatures and all this other shit. And they're giant, and any other ship that tries to get through the Calm Belt is just toast. Now, the Navy builds ships that have paddles on them, where they can actually row, and it's a rowboat. Right. But it's a big-ass rowboat, so they can get through the Calm Belt no problem.
So propellers do not exist in this.
It's kind of weird. Anime does a lot of things. There are machinery. There is machinery that you find out later. There is. There are robots. There are all types of shit. But
no one built a propeller.
There's actually a base on the moon. There's a civilization on the moon. No bullshit. They're space pirates. Okay. But once again, just a cut.
So it's no longer the Grand Line.
Yeah.
Grand Universe.
Yeah, exactly.
The moon is on the side of the Grand.
What the One Piece is in another galaxy?
Oh, it's an alternate universe. There's alternate One Piece.
So
that's what Thanos was really after. That's what Thanos was really after.
It's not One Piece anymore.
He gets to the One Piece and Thanos is there.
It could be like Dragon Ball Super, where it turns out there are just 12 universes. It's like, why 12?
Yeah. No, there are actually 24. Only 12.
Or no, yeah. You're right. So 24, and then it's like, why not 25? Why not 23? Why 24? Is that because you guys are doing a stupid tournament where these people fight and you need an even number?
You saw him though; he was so fickle. He was creating universes. He was probably like, "I'm done. I'm tired of this now."
He's like, let's just organize this folder on my desktop. Just 24 universes. That's it. No more. I don't feel like managing infinite universes.
That's why you got
Like,
rid
Too
of
much
some of them.
responsibility.
Yeah. And then he can just delete them at will. It's like, so now there are 23. Oh.
So James, what's new for you?
Do with me. What's
Yeah,
new with you?
You got to play the Oculus and tell us how you feel about it.
I'm
Still
still a little dizzy. I
Yeah.
am. I mean, quality wise, it's really good.
Game did you play that made
Windlands?
Windlands. So it's
Windlands?
yeah, it's basically parkour
Oh, wow.
With
grappling
like,
hooks.
with grappling
Yeah,
hooks.
like
Oh,
yeah, it's like yeah.
I can understand.
So-
You actually
I
saw him
was-
lean like this. Just,
I was
Oh.
running and it felt weird because you're moving and jumping, but it's like your legs aren't, and it's so like my legs almost just like disappear for a minute. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh god, what's
Oh,
going
God.
on?
Is it like Call of Duty? You look down and your legs aren't there?
Yeah, it's like that. I was
Depending on
like,
the game, yeah.
it was
Yeah.
very uncomfortable. Like at some point, I was like, am I even real anymore?
I said he was gonna
What?
walk in and read them. I'm gonna tell Reed that it's too late. The AI has taken him.
Oh, no.
He was playing RoboCall.
Robo
He were-
Recall.
yeah, where he was the only human in a robot society, and they were all trying to come after him.
I don't know if I was
These
the only
games are going
human.
to produce bad outcomes.
I was like, man, this is Reed talking about the future
we're
right
going
here.
to design a game that's meant for entertainment. It's about a world where everything is hostile.
I wasn't the only one. I was hired by there's a company who makes robots. Who think of like iRobot when there was robots
Yeah.
that manage the city and stuff like
Right,
this. They're
right.
made by a company, and then they turned for some reason. And a company hires people to recall them, bring them back, and stuff like that, destroy them, and send them back. And then I'm like, you're Agent 34 or something like that is what your name is, and you're literally just guns on the hip, pull them out, kill, stuff like that.
You're
Shotguns
basically
on the back,
dooming it. You're
stuff
just
like
doing a doom move.
I
Just come
can
out and
grab
just kill
people,
them.
rip their heads off, throw them. You can catch bullets in motion and throw them back at them and stuff like that.
It's pretty cool.
That is.
If you can see the bullets, I can smack them with the shotgun and knock them into people. And,
So like if the robots get close enough, you can be like, and rip off,
And then throw their head at another robot.
Yeah, it was really sweet.
That's awesome.
They did a good job with this headset, though. I'm glad that they decided to get rid of the base and it's just eye track. What?
Yeah, it's
eye
a
tracking.
well, not eye tracking.
But like
it just
a
has the sensors built into it, so you don't have to have
Yeah.
these separate sensors stood up in place.
So you only hold the one sensor?
You don't hold anything. It's
Yeah, it was
like
literally
that's
just
what-
all over the
Oh.
actual headset itself. Yeah,
I'll be
versus
damned.
where you had to have like the base stations in order to do it.
Mhm.
So I was like, I might have to pick me one to play with
Yeah,
Ken.
man, we can all get on and be on
Yeah,
VR.
there you go.
chat.
What's up, guys? We here.
VR chat. You can be Wakanda Knuckles.
Wakanda Knuckles.
Uganda Knuckles. I love-
Ugandan.
Look,
yeah.
I was thinking of Black
Look
Panther.
on the
He doesn't know the way. Show him the way.
the way? Peace.
VR chat has to be one of the moves.
It
It
is.
has to be.
It's
VR
goals.
chat is
gonna be great.
thoroughly fascinating.
Yeah.
You would do VR chat.
Yeah, of course I do VR chat.
Oh, who wouldn't do VR chat? That sounds like fun. And I've been playing Rage 2.
Is Rage 2 VR compatible?
Wait, is
I don't
Rage
know.
2 any fun? I've been hearing bad reviews.
So,
Oh, here we go.
no, it's not. Like, I don't know. Like, I feel like I'm always opposite of everybody that plays almost every game. Because, like, every time I play a game, I always have a good time with it. But every time I see reviews, they're like, the game sucked, the storyline. I'm like, I don't care. I just want to, like, it reminds me of, like, a combination of Doom and Mad Max. But it's more colorful as far as the environment. Like, open world wise, there's not much to do. Open world, like, there are enemies that are doing stuff and you can go kill them,
Yeah.
but the open world, it seems a bit empty. But as far as the game itself, like, you're going to do different missions, it's pretty enjoyable. I mean, it's so much like Doom. Like, I just have fun going in and just wreaking havoc on everybody.
The biggest negative I've heard about it is that it's real. The story is way too short. It's only 10 missions long, and you can beat it like in 5
Yeah,
or
that
7
was-
hours.
Is it multiplayer?
No,
It's not multiplayer.
it's only a single player game that
Yeah,
has
it's
a
only-
7-hour, 5-hour long story mode.
But what's weird is that the way they have the story mission is kind of weird because I did a few missions and then afterwards it's kind of like you have to go do these missions for each of the 3 guys in order to get them to give you trust for this
Yeah.
project that they're doing.
So you pretty much have story missions, but you have to complete side missions to even unlock.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
Instead of making the side missions optional, they make it mandatory.
Stuff like Crackdown 3, if you couldn't travel all the way around.
Basically, yeah. So
Yeah.
it was very weird because I wasn't sure if I was supposed to, like, are these main missions or these side missions, and then after a while I was like, yeah, these are just side missions to get to reach the point where you can continue to the main mission. So I was like, okay,
it's
that's
like a GTA heist.
Yeah, I was
you gotta
like-
do the setups for the setups for the.
Yeah, pretty much. The weapons are pretty cool though. I like the weapon setup, and of
Was the
course,
gunplay at least satisfying?
yeah, it's very satisfying.
It looked like Bulletstorm a little.
It does.
Bulletstorm is a good game.
It's
It's terrible story. But gunplay wise,
What
it
do you
just
mean?
felt very
You can
punchy
play
and
as Duke
satisfying.
Nukem. It's
There
the
you
best
go.
game
That's
ever.
Best guy.
I tried to warn people, do not buy Duke Nukem when it first came out.
Duke Nukem
All
Game
you
of the Year.
do is just take a turd out the toilet and throw it at people. It's not fun. People wasted $60.
Yeah, I was in line and wasted.
One.
You were in
Oh, you
line?
bought? You bought? Oh, you bought it?
I was with him at the
Poor
midnight
Ken.
lunch, just going down the line telling
Saying,
people,
don't buy this.
don't do
Cancel
it.
your pre-order.
He's got the
before
sign up.
it's
Don't
late.
do it.
Like
Stop
one-
it now.
Like 1 week later, it dropped down to 39. Then it dropped down to 24.
Oh,
and then it
God.
finally dropped down to 99 cents. I was like,
That's rough.
y'all bought this.
Sorry,
I
Ken.
know that's a
That's
steal.
rough.
It's worth $459.99.
Poor Ken. Poor Ken.
I went to the little whiteboard and I drew out the
The plan.
plans
What's the
for.
plan, Duke Nukem?
Nothing.
You can literally walk up and just draw like big X, and they say, "That's great, Duke." It's not gonna fail.
You did it again. You're in the zone. Like, no, that's kind of like the regret people probably had after I didn't purchase it, but Fallout 76. Like, my goodness, how bad did that have to hurt? And
I was
especially-
so mad when they found out they reduced the browser.
And especially for the people, because Bethesda always does those $200 collectors
Yeah.
editions of
Oh,
it.
yeah.
Crap
The
bag.
people, but they didn't know that going in. I mean, how could they have known?
True.
And
Especially when they used an image that showed it was made
yeah,
out of.
it's like all we have to go
of
with.
material.
Yeah, so, God, that must have
It
felt
hurt.
like a kick to the
Well, I
nuts.
was cool, but my
It
friend
hurt.
wasted $80 on it, so he's still playing it. It's like, it's a good game. It's a good
His
game.
friend-
New update
I
and
almost
stuff.
wasted $80.
he defends that game constantly.
Constantly.
Hey, if
I mean,
somebody
if
likes
he
something,
enjoys
I'm not
it.
here to rain on anybody.
Yeah,
Honestly,
no,
it's like the
I
same.
will
It's
tell
like
people
people.
they're
It's
wrong
like
to their face. Your opinion
I
is
honest,
will.
but it's
wrong.
like people with Anthem. Like Anthem in its core is good, but it's just it's
No,
a
it's
crap
not.
story.
I will
It's
maintain-
the core.
I will
We're talking
maintain
core.
that there is there's an objective way to judge a game.
You can't tell
If
me
if the
I'm
game
sorry.
literally does not work,
Uh-huh.
it's objectively bad.
The-
I'm sorry if it's
Anthem
not
does not
functional.
work.
No. And I was talking about 76.
Oh.
Anthem,
Oh, yeah.
I never
Hey.
played. I never played Anthem.
First off,
For me, Anthem does work.
you can't tell me Anthem at its core is good because the core of Anthem, they didn't want flying in the game.
You know
What would
they
that
got-
game have been? Just running around.
Well,
in
you
a
know what?
robot
It's
suit
flying in the
shooting.
game. That's
Because
all
it
that
looked
matters.
cool. I was like, ooh, Iron Man and everywhere. I could slide down, shoot people. But then they kept saying,
We all
this-
thought that.
This
We
kept
all-
saying repetitive
You know what
missions.
the best
Yeah.
part is?
We all thought that, bro. We were like, yes, Iron Man time.
The Anthem team hasn't said nothing on their Twitter for over a month now.
Oh.
You think that's bad? You should see the
That's
Reddits, man. Them people keep going
Well,
off.
I hear people are mass fleeing from BioWare. I've been
Andromeda
hearing
was hurting.
Andromeda hurt a lot of people. Like,
Oh, yeah.
like just and
People-
budget cuts on
Yeah,
other
and
games.
that-
What
and Anthem's
really
pretty much
hurt
hurt
people
right
was there's not going to be any story DLC. I was livid. I was like, really? The first Mass Effect with no story DLC? Because Mass Effect 2 had
Oh,
every
Yeah.
DLC. It was amazing.
I came in on the Mass Effect 3 era. I actually have Mass Effect 1 and 2. I need to go back and play
Mass
those.
Effect.
Got to.
Mass Effect 2 still stands as. I don't know if it's in my top 5. It is easily in my top 10 best games of all
Definitely.
time. Like Mass Effect 2 is a masterpiece.
Because you had to save. Well, have y'all played it before? Game?
I've played Mass Effect 3, but I haven't played the
You
first
know
one.
when you got to get Miranda and Jack to
Mhm.
agree on something?
Yep.
That was the hardest part in the game. Because you couldn't get those two agreed. The last mission was just.
But when you think about how
Yeah.
deep the story is and how much impact you can have, you talk about games like Destiny. I like Destiny fine, it's whatever. It's not my cup of tea, but it's fine for what it is. That game told us when it was coming out that you can make your own story, you can do all this and you can do all that. And that was code we eventually found out there's no story. There's no story.
That's why you make it up. You decide
that
what
was
happens in your
corporate
head.
speak for saying, our game is just a looter shooter.
Get your head cannon ready because you're going to make up the story as you
And,
go.
and I was
You're
like,
gonna
so that
figure it out.
whole year of marketing that you had where you explained all the different races and all the backstory of how this universe came about, and it's all this deep lore and shit, and then it comes out and it's just nothing.
Yeah.
And the woman walks away at the end of the game. She's like, "I don't even have time to explain how I don't have time to explain." I was like, "Oh, you get one of these. You get two of
Read
these."
between the
sweetheart."
lines, sister.
I was just mad that like you had to pay for the DLC, and if you
Exactly.
didn't have the DLC, you could be game.
Yeah,
Like multiplayer.
It locks the
Yeah,
multiplayer off.
that's why because I have Destiny 2, and I don't want to keep buying like DLC for another $40. It's like, come on, just give it to
It's
me.
not worth it.
It's not worth it to me. Like the game is not bad. It's a good game. It's fun, but it's like I'm not gonna keep.
That's an example of another game that has really solid gunplay that I like, and the way you can jump around. The powers were not as deep as I would have liked, but
Well, he's talking about Destiny.
Oh, I thought you were talking about
No. He's talking about Destiny.
no, yeah,
Yeah.
Destiny was. What did you think I was talking about?
Oh.
You don't even know.
No.
He was processing it in his head. Like,
I got
what?
you.
Good gun. Good
He was going to the
gunplay.
library.
Yeah,
But I also heard that
Black.
Anthem's supposed to
That
be
old
free
game,
to
Black.
play soon.
No, they do that. That's not because it'll piss off every person that has, including me, that has bought the
Look,
game.
once again, I'm not. If you like the game, I'm not here to rain on anybody.
See, here's
But Anthem, in my opinion, needs to fail.
well, here's the
needs-
thing.
I will-
It is
I will-
failing.
I know,
Like,
I know.
it's failing. It's failing
You know.
very miserably. But like because I've come to the conclusion, like two things are gonna happen. The game is just gonna die.
What, Anthem?
Yes,
It
the
already
game,
is dead.
Well, it's dead, but they're gonna officially declare it dead.
Yeah.
Instead of it just being dead.
There is no No Sky, and I don't
Yeah.
even like No Man's Sky for real.
I always wanted to
because
It's better now. No Man's
It
Sky.
is actually a lot better. I bought it on a PlayStation Network when it was $20, and I had a good time. But mind you, I played the game
I think No Man's
2.5
Sky
years
is
after
VR
it came out.
capable, too.
So all of the fixes, all the patches,
And I can't keep
all
buying
the
games
additional
now. I'll be
content
broke.
that had accumulated up to that time, and I was like $20. Yeah, it looks fine. And it's there is not any of that.
No,
in
like
Anthem's music.
like kind of.
So no, you good. I would say I think No Man's Sky is VR compatible too.
That'd be one to try.
That'd
Yeah.
That'd be one to try.
going home.
But
Yeah,
like,
and I mean the space combat was fine. Before there was nothing in space. It was just flying in between
Yeah.
planets, and there was enough to do that it kept me occupied. And I was like, for $20, I got $20 worth of time. We played
Yeah.
say 200 hours. So I mean,
yeah, I mean,
He's too polite. I'm sorry. I will openly shit on everyone's parade. I
Yeah.
will
Yeah,
spread
you-
my
yeah, I
cheeks,
can't.
everything.
You'll spread your cheeks,
and
Lord have
unload
mercy,
a
kid.
torrent of hate.
Traffic boy.
This Anthem should just die completely.
Yeah, no, it's better for the industry. that
It's
it
more than
does.
likely going to because
And all those people
look,
who paid for the
you
DLC.
think you think I feel good right now? This hurts my heart.
Because this
This
era
hurts.
of bloated game productions that don't deliver. Anthem was in production for 6 years. There's no excuse. For any of
way,
that.
I mean, the problem
I
was,
understand a lot of that was the story. I get that.
well, no,
that
the
was
problem
3
was
years
is that
probably was story.
I was like, now I believe it has the potential. It's gonna completely just go under the abyss because the fact that they haven't really informed us anything whatsoever, they've just gone completely silent. Like even just giving us an update that we're still working on the content and we'll keep you guys posted. Something to just
You
let
know
people
what happened?
know.
Apex Legends happened.
And the game dropped down to 20.
Yep.
Yeah,
Apex Legends happened.
and then now you
Notice-
got
notice
other
how
games coming out.
quietly for a big game like Apex. I know it's on the decline now, but when it first came out, I'd never seen a game that big that was released that suddenly and that quietly.
Ooh,
You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
very true. That's
no
It-
no
It
marketing.
be
Sidetracked
Fortnite, but it just came out of nowhere. Too.
Exactly.
It sidetracked the
That's what I'm
crap
gonna-
out of me.
Yeah,
Like,
like-
we're
Fortnite,
talking
and now
3 o'clock in
Fortnite
the
added the
morning.
ping, which, by the way, why was that never there before? The ability to just say, "Hey,
Fortnite
look at
was
that
like,
right
we
there."
don't
They
need to
added
do
that,
it.
and they added the resurrection rate.
Yeah, exactly.
They
I'm
didn't just steal the ping.
They saw
They stole
respawn.
they stole the respawn capability from
Yeah.
them. They stole
They were like,
everything.
"Fuck you."
They're like, you think you're gonna beat us? Bam.
We'll just take what makes you good and then put it in ours.
Once again, I'm not a Fortnite guy, but I gotta respect. They're like, they didn't try to do like anything confrontational. They were like, "Oh yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, give me that."
Good idea.
I do better on Fortnite on the Switch than I do on the controller or
Really?
PC. I don't know why, but the thumbstick just.
I don't know. I just can't
I
touch
can
Fortnite.
easily destroy people.
I
on the
can't touch
Switch.
it.
But you can play
on the,
Fortnite
Xbox
Monster
or
Hunter.
PlayStation 4, I just got
It's different.
The Fortnite Monster Hunter. Don't.
Look,
Okay,
that's
that
different.
was tough.
I like how
I like Dauntless.
I like
okay?
how he was like, "Hey Ken, Reed, download Dauntless."
Okay,
play."
look,
and then I
look.
message him and I'm like, "All right, are we gonna play Dauntless?" He doesn't answer.
I was at
So
the
I
end.
get
I
like
told.
I get like the Hunter rank mastery 13, and he still hasn't
Oh
gotten
wow!
I said to Ken the day before, I said, I'm going to be going to the amusement park the next day, so I don't know when I'll be able to play. He messages me on the day of I'm at the amusement park, and I come home and I'm tired and I sleep, and he's getting mad at me for that.
You said you were gonna message me when he got back. You could at least told me.
I told you what happened.
Because that's why I stayed on the
plopped
game.
on the bed,
That's
and
the
I
real-
said, I snoozed.
You didn't text that.
Well, you want me to text ZZC?
I thought you were gonna text and say you're going to sleep instead. So that's why I stayed on
I
the
was
game.
that tired.
That's why I stayed on the game so long, thinking someone may hop
Hold on,
on.
you know what?
What time did you get off?
2 a.m.
What?
What?
I did in the message. You said that you just got
You
were at
got
the
back,
place.
but I could have got jumped on.
I was still on. I never said no, I wasn't.
You didn't tell me that.
Ken don't be telling people stuff like
First
that.
off,
He just,
I
he just
I
be,
put in the
I'm on.
I didn't. I put in the chat saying I was on. To him.
Why you ain't getting mad at Reed? He ain't say nothing.
Yeah, but he said you said you were gonna message me.
Oh
to
my
get
god!
back.
See,
Reed
I gotta be more like
I'm
Reed.
above the law.
Reed didn't even acknowledge it existed, so I can't blame him.
Reed was just like, ah.
No, I've seen Dauntless. It looks good, and I will download it on
You
PC.
can, we don't
and
have
PSN.
PC. Yeah, you can do. It's crossplay.
Well, if he does,
Oh, it is.
it's
crossplay.
Wait, so you can play on PlayStation?
Yep.
Yeah, all I ever
Oh.
play with almost is PS4 people.
Oh,
That's all
okay.
I ever see.
All I saw was PC people everywhere. I was like, where the Xbox people at?
I saw
I
two.
don't want like this.
I saw two
I'm here.
Xboxes, like 5 PCs, and like 35 PS4 people.
Yeah.
Ooh.
You see the Xbox person, you turn into that nun from Game of Thrones. Ding-a-ling-a-ling, shame. Ding-a-ling-a-ling, shame.
Bring out the dead. Bring out
Get
the
out of
dead.
here. I didn't know it was cross-platform. Okay,
Yeah.
well, there you go.
That's why I put in the group chat. I said, "Reed can."
I
play
thought
for
you were saying
PS4
that because if
he
he tried it on PC and it didn't work well, then he could
no,
do it on PlayStation.
I was saying he could because he could just download it on PS4 and then it might run.
I mean, I have it on both, so.
Yeah, it looks fun. The game actually looks good.
because it's based off of your Epic account. Is
Oh,
how
okay.
Epic Games account.
There we go. So now we see. Now there's a reason for us to be friends on Epic.
There's no
Yeah.
reason to be friends there.
Yes,
You
there
left
is.
me.
I didn't leave you.
Abandoned me.
I didn't leave you. I fell asleep. I was that tired.
You abandoned
I
my
opened the
boy.
door. I couldn't see anything but
I
black.
remember
I
when you're
couldn't-
hanging from a cliff, my narcolepsy will kick in. I fell asleep.
I was
Like,
like,
got you.
Oh,
Okay.
I'm suddenly
Oh
so
man,
tired.
oh man, I'm really tired. Sorry, man. Okay, I'll let that one go. I'll let it slide because I
Be
understand.
like, I'll be here.
My arm is gonna be so strong by the end of it.
You have pulled yourself up with one arm by then.
Exactly. Like, Ken, what happened? I fell asleep, man. I'm sorry. Man,
Evil.
I'll be on Dauntless this time though. You see, my computer's turned on,
You
ready to
download
go.
it tonight, Reed?
Yeah.
Because all three of us he'll play too. He said so we could have a
Yeah.
4-man
There we
team
go.
right away.
Come on. I might even get more friends to play.
Only 4 people can be in the squad.
Wow.
A hunt party.
Oh, I still,
It's like
gotta,
Monster
I still
Hunter.
gotta get to the point where I choose my class.
No, it's like Monster Hunter. You don't choose a class.
I
You
might
just pick
stream
weapons.
it then.
You just build weapons and
I thought you were like, because it had different weapons in the game, but you choose like it's a
No.
specific class.
When-
you're
You
just a
get
person
guns.
and you just get weapons.
Oh,
So is it like a medieval thing only,
No,
or there
think
are
of
guns
you've
and-
seen Monster Hunter before. It's like Monster Hunter.
it's like Monster Hunter.
It's
Like,
just
what?
you equip a
But the
weapon,
artist, but like the art style is. I'm trying to
It's
think
like Fortnite. It's like Monster Hunter Fortnite.
yeah.
Got you?
It's simpler than
So
Monster
it's
Hunter.
smoother, like almost like a smoother.
The
art
cartoony
style.
Yeah.
art style.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. Mhm.
Yeah, it's a nice look. It's a really nice game.
And then
when you get the ability to use,
I think you have to buy them. Don't
yeah, well you have to get your rank up higher
Oh.
to get the
In order
quests.
in order to get
the guns.
the.
I'm already using guns.
But that's what I'm saying because they showed like different weapons, so
Uh-huh.
the guns are at a higher ranking than.
Yeah, because they
So you
they didn't come out with the game. They were added afterwards.
Oh, okay.
So you have to unlock them.
Oh, okay. I didn't want the gun. I want the dual blade.
Oh yeah, you can do that right away.
I want that.
After the first mission, because they start you off with the sword and that's it.
So is there a class system, or is
No,
like
so
No,
it's
that's what I
It's-
thought
you,
it was.
You pick the weapons and then you have different combos with those weapons.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I
And
thought
that's
it was a
all it is.
weapon. It was a class system, and you chose the class, and then based on the class, you get those weapons.
You have weapons. You have different combos of each weapon. Weapons sometimes come with different natural abilities, depending on which one you use. There are different elements, which are stronger for different element type of monsters and weaker for other ones. And then gear, same thing. Some armor is stronger against other ones and weaker for other ones for elements. And each armor and weapons have a slot for a core you can put into it, which the cores give you like talents and different abilities that you can build your playstyle around.
Yeah, I started playing and then I stopped, so I need to get back and play some more.
And certain armor and weapons, there's different, like there's the defense cores, slayer cores, different stuff like that.
Okay.
And armor and weapons sometimes have different.
Now, is it a situation where you have characters that, like, your progression with them last, or is it just...
No, it's like you keep going.
You
It
keep
keeps
going?
that character stuff.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, the mastery rank and hunter rank, all that builds up. You actually, as your mastery rank gets up, you unlock different stuff for your character, like health boosts and stuff like that permanently.
Yeah.
It has a. You want to get on there as soon as possible because they actually have a season thing, like Fortnite has like season stuff, and you unlock stuff as you play.
With the elite stuff, right?
You can get regular. They have a regular
Yeah.
one which doesn't give you as much,
Yeah,
and then they
yeah.
have an elite one which is like
Yeah, because I saw you can
1,000.
unlock the elite with like the coins.
It's 1,000
Yeah.
platinum or something. But
Apex Legends, H1Z1, they all have that.
But right now you can buy a starter pack which gives you like 1,000 platinum and some other stuff for like $5. So if you want to get the elite one, you can do it pretty quick, easily.
Yeah, because I was looking at that and I was like, I might go ahead and get that because I saw like some of the costumes and I'm like, this is pretty.
Yeah.
Is this a subscription to it, or is just
No, it's free to play. Just if you want to get into the seasonal stuff like that. I forgot what the proper term for it is.
I forgot too.
But you just put 1,000 crystals in, and that you have to buy crystals with money. But that's how they make their money off it.
Yeah.
Crazy how many like free to play stuff has been coming out.
Why it's freemium.
Yeah, I mean it's cosmetics. You don't have to look cool. You can go in there.
No, I want to look cool. I want to look cool.
Some of the armor looks cool anyway.
I saw that
I know.
ninja mask they had.
Yeah, I saw that. That was dope. I like that.
If you get elite, you get that whole transmog set on the level 1.
Yes. I'm going
Oh,
into the game and I'm getting it.
Yeah, and then you can.
My bank.
Look at my
I
bank
should have
account.
gotten that Whopper earlier.
Dang it, it was good though.
It was.
Yeah, I started.
I use the guns, and I like using the two-handed axe.
The dual.
No, the two-handed axe.
Okay.
big
Yeah.
axe.
I wanted to try the dual wielding weapons.
I haven't tried that yet. So
that was the class that looked pretty cool.
You played Monster Hunter though, right?
Yeah, I got the spike.
The two-handed axe works like the great sword. You charge it up and swing it.
Oh, I'm glad you don't have to sharpen it.
Yeah, I know you don't have to sharpen them in this one. Like
you
do
also
in
get
Monster
like
Hunter.
super abilities, like most weapons.
Yeah,
superpowers and stuff. Like
each weapon has different abilities.
I can like stab.
Yeah, because I know it's like beginning,
Over
like when you
and
first
over.
start off, the sword has the ability like when you swipe it,
It sends waves.
it
and stuff
sends
like
waves. And
The
stuff.
guns the guns have
Yeah.
abilities, but they it's kind of random how it works. Like you have to keep shooting, and as you reload it, sometimes they'll supercharge it, which makes your guns do different abilities with its precision attack and its other ability. Like
Sounds like the Final Fantasy anime. Had a big giant gun with different bullets.
a gun blade.
No, it was like it wasn't a gun blade, but like each bullet had a different power. Like one bullet shot a phoenix out of it, another bullet shot like a black
Which Final
hole.
Fantasy was this from?
It was an anime from back in the day. I can't remember the name of it, but homie had a.
So
big-
wait, are you sure it was
That
Final
sounds-
Fantasy? Because I don't
Yeah.
remember this at all.
It was
sounds
called Final
filthy.
Fantasy something because he said Phoenix, boom, black hole, boom. I was like, wait, you shot a black hole?
I don't think. I think someone tried to rip it off. They probably threw the name on it so people would click it.
Basically.
I don't remember that ever
It was
being.
really good. Anime.
The axe one's cool. I like doing that one. Like the axe special ability, you throw it and it goes out and it starts spinning in one place and then it comes back to you.
Ooh.
So like
Like a
if you
boomerang.
distance it right, you throw it, it'll get stuck in the monster, keep spinning inside of them, hurting them, and then it'll come back.
Nice, that's nice.
Air raid.
Sounds dirty.
It's basically a raid.
Yeah. Well, then, now that I know that, I can just try out all the weapons. I was
Well,
doing
not-
like that.
Yeah, you can just buy it.
I didn't know that. I thought it was a class.
I mean, you can have a weapon of each one. Honestly, you just have to level up the weapons with cores and stuff like that. And
Well,
speed
because I was
yourself.
thinking about like kind of more so being like close and mid. So
No.
that's why I was thinking of the dual
Yeah.
wielding system because I know it has the ability to stretch out too. I forgot what the weapons were called, but it has the ability to stretch out and attack them from a long. And also them short range as well
I've
because it was
never
light.
used
So it's
Yeah.
possible
Yeah.
to have a weapon, a primary and secondary weapon that are both like close range?
No, he's something like its ability or whatever. The
Yeah.
weapon special ability. or
No, but
something.
I'm saying like you can carry two weapons at once.
No, you
No,
can't
the,
change
the,
it.
the specific
Oh,
weapons
okay.
I'm talking about is you actually have two weapons in your hand.
Oh,
So
gotcha.
I thought it was a specific class
No.
that you
Mhm.
chose between each one. But if it's just buying a weapon, because
It's just using the weapon.
because
that's it.
these weapons are good for long and mid. I think it's mid range and then close range as well because of the fact that the blades actually extend out, so you can hit them from a long distance. But if you want to get closer, you can also do it too.
Sure.
The guns aren't meant to be used long range anyway. They don't have as much damage if you're far away.
Yeah, I know. There's
Yeah.
because they
It
also
falls
charge
off.
the shot too as well.
That's one of your abilities you have to. That's
Yeah,
not
because I know
what
they
they
said that it's better if you do it close range because you do more damage if you're
Mhm.
closer to the enemy than if you're farther away for it.
Yeah, because like the axe ability, what would work grand if you had a second weapon? Throw that while I was doing damage, just run up to one of them.
No,
That'd be OP.
I just throw it and run away while it's doing damage.
Long story short.
Where you going?
But I can throw it, and then if I run away or run in different directions, the axe will try to catch up to me, so it'll hit people as I'm
It's
going.
like Thor's hammer.
Yeah.
That
There you
sounds
go.
kind of like Kratos' axe in God of War.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where it was like
Bring me
he had a
box.
move too where he could chuck it into somebody and it would spin and like
Yeah.
like slice them up and it's
You
like
speed him with the
That's pretty cool. I always
oh
like
yeah.
that. A
That
great
game
move.
was amazing.
No, I 100% of that game, man. I
Yeah.
loved the new God of War.
Yeah. And then the cliffhanger at the end of it.
Mm-hmm.
I just hated how one of the sons of Thor was I can curse up here.
Yeah.
Was such a bitch. The short one was such a bitch.
Yeah.
Because he saw Magnus die. Literally ran and told Daddy.
Well, think of it
I
this
was
way.
yeah.
Spoilers if y'all haven't played God of War.
They're already at this
By
point.
now, who cares?
But
You should have
think of
played.
it this way. They never had to fight anything. Why would they? Thor and them had to fight the giants, but they've already killed all the giants. Their sons never had to fight anything, especially something that could
That
kill
was
them.
kind of the idea. I think the bigger one probably did.
Yeah.
Because he looked like a mean
He was
son
cool
of a
when he
bitch.
chopped down.
Oh, when he jumped down, he was handling Kratos in that cutscene. So I was
He
like,
was.
that man was no joke.
Yeah.
But his brother is a total
Each
twat.
fell on the ground. No!
Which
Yeah.
makes me wonder how he's
Started
going to be
stabbing
fighting
him.
Thor.
Yeah.
That's gonna be
Oh
wait till
no.
next.
The way that they built up the Norse mythology of
Uh-huh.
that world and how like bro, Thor and Odin are like
Yeah.
they are assholes.
I mean, Odin's kind of an asshole.
Oh yeah.
Always been.
That's true
In most
Sure,
mythologies that
Yeah.
they try to portray.
I
these
mean,
Yeah.
same
monsters.
thing as Zeus. Zeus was coming down and fucking women
Yeah.
as a horse and stuff. So
I
it's like,
can't
Come here,
wait.
girl.
I hope they show something about it at E3.
yeah.
Because I heard that the E3 Xbox conference followers.
Mhm.
I heard that PlayStation.
PlayStation.
No,
was
they had. Didn't they already have?
They
this?
had their own stream. Oh no. Yes, they had their own little thing they showed.
Yeah, it
It
was
was like a
it
live
was a couple
stream.
weeks
They did.
ago.
They did their own thing.
Yeah, they did.
They're trying to do like a Nintendo thing
Oh,
themselves.
any new trailers?
I don't know.
I think there were. I have to rewatch. I think there were some new trailers in there.
Trailers. How'd y'all feel about the Final Fantasy VII trailer?
I was excited. I was like, ooh.
I'm not a Final Fantasy guy.
I was like,
I
oh,
was
okay, I'll
mad.
play that. It looked good.
Because no Tifa. I wanted
She was
to
in the
see-
party. They just didn't show no images of her.
But Aerith was like, oh, hold on. Real? Is this the future? What year is it? Everything about the game reminded me Adventure. Boom. If Aerith was alive.
I figured that's like comic head.
They don't have the Advent Children voice actors. They fired them,
Oh,
or they have different voice actors.
oh, I didn't even know that. Oh, wow.
They don't sound like them.
Hey, but like you said, the dubbed of it, the lip sync, there was no.
Yeah, the lips. If it,
Yeah.
like most people maybe not notice, like the lip sync on the dub version for us is matched up perfectly and stuff. Instead of like
I
a lot
didn't
of
pay
Japanese
attention.
game where they don't care about the lip sync.
Yeah.
1 second, a little delay.
If you watch again, the lip sync's perfect.
Yeah,
for the dub.
I didn't pay attention. I was like, what is this? What is this? And I was like, oh,
The
They
game
can't
was
mess it up.
beautiful, though.
Yeah.
They-
really good.
If they mess this
But
game
no
up,
Last of Us 2
everyone will destroy Square Enix if they mess up the remake of 7.
I just want to see what was it called? The carnival place. What's it called? Gold Saucer. I want to see how that's gonna look like on the.
I want to see the honeybee in.
I'm done
He
with you.
knows what
I'm
time.
done with you, Ken. Go home. Go home, Ken.
I want to see if they keep their cloud cross dresses in the game, and he gets picked by the mega pimp instead of the girls.
Thunder.
By the mega pimp.
He gets picked by the mega pimp.
I want you.
Final
Not Tifa. You can
Fantasy.
get out of
That
here.
sounds like a circus.
Reed's like, I gotta go home and play this.
I gotta give this a try.
There's a cross dresser getting picked by a mega pimp.
I've always heard that Final Fantasy VII is like the crown jewel of Square Enix. It's like
Mhm.
I can't
mess it
play
up.
it again. People spoiled it for me because I've never played it before.
Yeah.
And once people spoiled it for me, I was like,
Can't say they spoiled the game from the movies though.
I mean, if I could somehow delete it from my memory, I would not mind going back because I want that.
I do it every time.
That
Somebody
fresh-
gives me a spoiler, I'm
Yeah,
like, okay.
action.
I want that feeling like
I'm done.
you know the story already, right? You know
He's
the
not gonna
story?
play it though. He doesn't.
No, I
I'm about to say, he's-
Oh, I don't say you won't play it, but you don't
Yeah,
care
sure,
about
Like
Final
you already know, like Aerith goes.
Yeah, she does.
Basically, I want that feeling of putting 80 hours into Aerith and it's suddenly
and
Chuck
story
my
wise.
controller across the room. I want that feeling. I want that anger.
That's what Kingdom Hearts did for me. And that's how it was for me.
Sephiroth? Fuck that. That's one thing.
Just the game in general just made me mad.
Sephiroth just makes
Everything about the game.
I heard that he was a real one.
Oh yes, number one Sephiroth wasn't. 2 was easy. But number one was
memories.
number one was a douche because he would go into the corner once his health hits a certain amount, and if you can't get to him in time, a move called Sin Harvest drops your health to 1 HP. Basically, he just comes to you. Start swinging his blade. You gotta roll or dodge. You get hit once.
Kingdom Hearts it's one of those games. It's an a-hole. It's like how can Disney just make an asshole worth of a game? Like really? Like
that was the challenge. Most challenging one out of all the Kingdom Hearts was 1.
Yeah.
Then 2 got easier. Then 3 was just
3 was just like they just threw a bunch of bosses at you. They're like, hey, welcome to Elsa's world, boss. It's like what? I just got here and I was like, no, I'm done. 1 was definitely hard because you had to really strategize because like I told you the way it works is that when you get hit, if Sora gets hit, he just gets hit, and then he gets if they're doing a double combo on you, if he hits you once, he's gonna hit you again. You can't do anything, and he just sits there.
Locked.
Yeah, he's just like, and you're like, what?
Sephiroth when he attacks. 1, 2, 3. So if you get hit with that first blade,
You're done.
1, 2.
And if you don't know how to counter or dodge, you're screwed.
You're out of there.
It's just like, oh my god, I hate it so much.
My favorite Final Fantasy game is still 9 though.
9.
Yeah.
Were you mad because you didn't get the approval rating of 99 or 100%?
No, I got the max. I got the 100.
I did. Who voted 1? I didn't find that battle creative.
I didn't find that battle creative.
In the very beginning of the game, you jump into like a play in the game pretty much, and then like the part of the play is like they call out the buttons on the controller, and you have to press the buttons and then match it. And because you dodge attacks, attack, and stuff like that in the middle of the play, and if you mess up at all or they don't like it for some reason, you'll get it scores you at the end of it, and then you can redo it if you want, but you can.
That sucks.
That hurts.
I want that 100 though.
But it's not even the fact of like if you fuck up, and you take too long to press the button and stuff like this. You have to be fast with it, so it flows and looks like
you
actual
just
play.
Right, you have to be fast.
Right, yeah, exactly.
That's.
I'm excited to see what Cyberpunk is doing.
Ooh,
Or I mean, Project. What is it? Project.
They said
CD Projekt.
They said that the E3 is going to be the biggest one for Cyberpunk.
It's gonna. That game is highly anticipated. They can't if they f it up. I'm gonna cry.
I can't. Take
VR Cyberpunk.
I can't take no more hype from.
They've tired me out at this point.
I just want like
major ones.
I mean, even still, like E3 is like all the games that you see when they show the gameplay. It's not gonna be the thing when it comes. So it's like I'm not like I just want to see a little bit more of what the game is going to look like
Or play like.
I just want to see.
Like
only thing I want to see about Cyberpunk, I know how the gameplay and everything's going to work at this point. I want to see more of the city.
Yeah, I do want to see more of the city.
People were sad about Watch
Yeah, it's not
Dogs
going to be
when that
playable.
came.
It's not going to be playable, but they're going to show
I
some.
like Watch Dogs.
No, the story was good, but
The second one was not as great as the first one.
Like the downgrade to the graphics, though.
Oh yeah, man! Everybody was doing comparison video E3 here. I was like,
Did you hear the rumor that for Final Fantasy VII that if for PlayStation Plus members, there's going to be a playable demo you can download?
oh well, thank God I got PlayStation Plus.
So if you got 100% on all of those ratings that we're talking about,
It's only one time.
oh, it's
It's
only
just in the
one?
beginning, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
gotcha.
it's just the beginning of the game. It's just like a story based.
Yeah. I was about to say if they'd had that grading system throughout the game, and that dude just could follow you around, and if you got 100% for all of them, it gave you something that was just unobtainium. Just here's the key to the universe.
So there's one. The hardest ultimate weapon to ever get in the game is in 9. It's called Excalibur 2. And literally, you have to get to a part of the game in a certain time limit. If you don't make it, it's not there.
Oh,
Dang.
And
I would say 10 is my favorite.
Those games don't fuck
No.
You're not playing, man. This is.
I like Dark Souls, but there ain't anything in the game that's got. I mean, if you beat bosses out of order, they'll block off certain things, but not a
Do you
time.
know the pain of
I was
Ruby
looking for my
weapon?
phone. I want to see if I can find the time limit you had to get it by.
So it's an actual like it's not like you don't have to trigger an event in the game. It's literally just a
it's
time
sitting.
limit.
It's just sitting. Yeah, it's a not like a number that shows up. It's just you got to know it. Like, and it's based on
that's
like
fucking-
literally like if you go to this pile of rubble and click on it, you get the weapon. But if you're out of time and you click it, you don't get anything.
I miss those times in gaming because that's when gaming was. It was about like solidarity. Like if you know, I'll tell you how to get this badass weapon home. I got you. You know,
I got
that sense
you.
of community. But
You need them cheat codes? I got you.
Mhm.
There you go. AOL message me real quick.
So this is pretty much like, see right here, he just went to that pillar and clicked on it, Excalibur 2.
oh wow, good lord.
So I don't know exactly how far into the distance it is, but you have to get there within 12 hours.
Ooh. Some of those bosses are good shit.
Good luck.
I will say this about Final Fantasy series: it keeps evolving. You don't get the same game.
Yeah, exactly.
So people have come out with strategies for like the best trick to do this is play it on a PS1 or PS2 and open and close the disc tray during an FMV scene and it'll skip it, which will save you 35 minutes in game time throughout getting to there. They've already done the math and everything. That's how hard it is.
Dang.
You're like, if you're at the point where 35 minutes is something that you need to, it's like we got to shave that off. It's like you guys are just assholes.
Yeah, and then like if it says on Steam, you already have the ability to skip cutscenes there. You have the ability to turn random encounters off on Steam and all this stuff, so you can easily get there
Dang.
quicker.
Mm-hmm.
Woo.
Feels good.
How you doing? I'm actually very impressed how many games have come out. But a lot of the games that have come out, I didn't even know existed.
Such as?
So, like Dauntless was one that I wasn't expecting. There's been another game. I was talking to Ken a little bit about Rocket Arena. Then when I showed you guys, when I sent you guys a message, that Witch game, I didn't know that was even existent.
Yeah.
But it looks freaking awesome. And I'm like, man, I want to try playing it. It's like there's a lot of games that are not made by like big developers that are just coming out and they just seem pretty good to play.
Well, it was like one game from a big developer, like Days Gone.
Yeah.
Did not know that was gonna come out this year.
Really?
Did not.
Because they pushed it back so much.
Yeah, I went through the whole entire month. My friend was like, "You getting Days Gone? What? It's coming out in 2 days.
Is it
What?
It's out. Yeah, that was one game that kind of
ago.
it came out of the blue, and I was like, "What kind of game is this?" And I was like, "Oh, well, I'll play it and try it out."
But then War Z came out, and I was like, "Eh."
So I'm sorry to go back to it. I just thought this was funny. If you miss the time limit for an Excalibur 2, there is a way to still. But the only way to do it is to allow the game's internal clock to overflow because it's so old it will restart the timer, like for like old computer stuff like that. But the only way it'll overflow is that it gives you like a number, which I don't know what. Due to the 30-second power of 60 seconds, which means over 2 years of gameplay.
Jeez.
That's the only way it'll overflow. So if you miss it, either start over or play the game for 2 years.
So start over.
Just start over. Don't even try it.
2 years of actual gameplay.
You can't just go to your PlayStation settings and years.
I don't think they had that in old
Al
PlayStations.
Sharino.
You didn't realize how tar games were back in the day.
Yeah.
Couldn't do fun. His voice act sucked.
It did, but the story was amazing.
Oh my god!
But the story was awesome.
If it's like that, I understand.
You never seen his?
You never seen his life?
I never-
I'm gonna show. I'm pulling on YouTube. Don't worry.
Don't do it.
Uh-oh.
Will the mic handle such laughter?
I don't know. Cringe alert.
Everyone go get your cringe.
I know.
suits on.
Get your cringe protection going on because this is about to be bad. Lord.
It's the first thing.
Is it,
Titus
the
Lowry.
is it the main character?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh no, that's even worse. Oh god!
And the fact that they linger on it, it's like, come on.
that song in the background too really helps it out.
I just liked how the girl laughed in the background normally, and then he just keeps going.
I'd rather have his voice acting than Sora.
Which one?
3.
He didn't like Sora in 3.
I did not.
I didn't fit him well, I don't think. And also, he had like some cleft lip looking thing going on for some reason.
Chapped lip forever.
Oh yeah.
I don't know what happened to his lip.
Honestly, I was so frustrated again. I didn't even think about his voice acting. I didn't even listen to that.
Come
I was
on,
like,
guys, we gotta go see the world.
I was like,
can I turn on
oh
Japanese?
no, what I didn't like in 3 is like you knew it was a Disney game because they would do things that only Disney would do, like, guys, we can do it. We believe in each other. We're friends. My heart is my soul. I'm like, oh my, I don't care.
Yeah,
Like,
they would've
just
shut
play the
up.
game. It's like, do we really need this?
That shows you've just been corrupted by the evil in the world.
Yeah, like when
Your
the bad
soul
guy
is
would come out of
lost.
the blue and they'd be like, yeah, we're gonna take over all the hearts. It's like, you can't take my heart because my heart is powered by my friends. And I'm like,
Fuck your
you know
friends.
this is a Disney game because
Yeah.
that's something Disney would do. That's some Disney shit. That's Disney shit
It's
right
one of the
there.
reasons I can't get down on Fairy Tale.
Ah,
'Cause
yeah.
It just it amounts to the power of friendship, and it's just like, I mean, that's fine, but it's just
But
not.
that's the
fun.
plot twist of every hero, though.
But
My
it's
friends
not.
give me
I know.
Friends
there's-
give me the
you
power.
see
It's
that
like,
in other
no,
stories,
you
but-
get the power.
It's like Goku. My friends, Ultra Instinct. Ah,
Like,
smart.
Superman's power doesn't come from friendship. It comes from people less of his own kind existing, actually.
His power comes from love, because if Lois Lane dies, you can be like, fuck the earth.
That's it. Yep.
That ain't mean his power comes from love. That's his limiter, is love.
Yeah,
Without love,
that's
he
his
has
trigger.
no limiter anymore.
If he doesn't have that, it's over.
Brightbird 3.
I asked him before, like, I didn't ask him, but I told him about this, what I thought about the most in Dragon Ball. If they fused, what would be the most powerful one that could possibly happen? And I said, why don't they make Vegito, Potara, Eren, Goku, and Vegeta, and then they do always Vegito do the fusion dance with Broly.
With Broly. I was about to say, did no one ever question, can a fused person
Fuse
fuse with another person and et cetera, et cetera?
It would probably end the other one because the way they describe it, unless it's a Kai, the Potara earrings are only temporary, and the stronger the person is, the less time it lasts.
True.
So it probably, as soon as he fused with Broly, it would just
Now, what
kick
if
Vegeta or
what if it's
Goku
done-
out of it.
What if it's done through the dance and not the Potara ring?
That one lasts for 30 minutes regardless of the...
But no, Gogeta, though.
No.
Canon, though. Except for Vegeta only lasted 15 instead of 30 minutes.
Yeah, but that's not canon. But the canon one was Super Saiyan Blue Gogeta lasted 30
minutes.
Yeah.
Could you imagine getting your ass whooped for an hour and a half by Broly?
Oh yeah, because they fucked it up twice, so Frieza's getting his ass beat for an hour and a half. Frieza is probably the most durable of them all at that point.
He's getting beat down.
Goku got his ass beat and had given up in like 10 or 15 minutes. Frieza got it for an hour and a half.
No lie, if Frieza was a Saiyan right now, he'd be 3 already. Super Saiyan 3 or at least gone to God.
He'd be stronger than him. He died more than Goku, I
Bro,
think.
and while you're getting your ass beat, that's the longest hour and 30 minutes that there is for anyone.
Very true.
What if he
is
maybe
terrible.
he probably wasn't conscious for some of it.
Yeah.
So.
He had to check out of his own mind at one
So hold
point.
up, you went.
So
That's what he
Broly just
grabs
kept
by the
going?
tail.
He just-
Broly just.
I mean, it doesn't show the whole ass beat.
Oh
but
no, I know it cuts away. but
yeah, it cuts away to them failing again and goes back
we're
to
left.
Frieza getting
We're
his ass.
left to assume that he just kept going.
But it lets you know that because every time they fail and it shows like the skinny or fat one like they have with Go tanks, it goes back to Frieza getting his ass beaten a different way or whatever like that.
He's a trooper. I will say
Yeah,
that
like,
'cause not many people.
He
will
wore
survive
some. He wore some knocks.
He deserved it though.
that.
Yeah, I was about to say, fuck him.
For what he did to his dad to make him
It's
go
like-
insane.
That's karma.
Fuck him.
Instant karma.
Yeah.
Right there.
Yeah, Broly is definitely still the good guy. Broly is definitely
I
still.
like the new Broly better than old Broly.
True. No.
Uh-oh.
I kind of like the old Broly on account of he had that. What was it? Was it disturbed music playing in the background?
Oh,
He
yeah.
doesn't
Yeah.
pick his own theme. That's
I
not
mean,
his
that thing was
That's
boss
not
when
him.
he popped up, yo. It was too cool, but just to see him pop up as legendary Super Saiyan, I was like, oh my god, everyone's gonna die now.
But instead, he got defeated by Gohan.
I wish.
And that's pretty much
What
what
happened
happened.
to Gohan?
Did he really?
He got defeated by Gohan. Like pretty much Gohan, Goku, and I think was it?
Oh no, that was Second Coming.
Yeah.
Second coming, yeah.
But he still got defeated by it.
Basically, the family trio Kamehameha.
Gohan, Goten, and Goku Kamehameha, all three of them did it. And it pretty much didn't I didn't watch it,
It
but
shot him into the sun.
it shot him into the sun, and that was the end of it. That's how he died.
What I'm trying to figure out is, though,
Christ.
they can fight in lava, yet the sun kills you.
The sun is hotter than lava.
Yeah, but still.
Way hotter
It's
than
way
lava.
hotter.
I'm just like, they were fighting in lava like it was water, and they were just eating it. And I'm like,
That's true.
whoa,
No, he didn't eat the lava,
And
but it was
burn
weird
his
because
zingers?
I think he was fighting he was fighting them under lava. And I think he bit Broly under the
Yeah,
lava in the lava, and I was like,
Oh, that's
Oh,
heartburn.
the durabilities of Saiyans. Amazing.
But
I wish I
yeah,
could chew
but
on
the
lava.
sun is way hotter than lava, especially if it pushed him into the center of the sun. So,
Oh, yeah.
God. Was he done from then?
Yeah,
I didn't
his
watch
heart
it.
just exploded from his
Oh,
chest.
God.
so only
Jeez.
wait, his heart exploded.
Well,
God.
but he
That's
had the
what
shield. He
happened.
still had the shield on. So like you saw, "Ah!" and it just exploded from his chest. And then he just deleted it. Just
Oh, he disintegrated afterwards.
What?
Basically.
Oh,
It
God.
was really cool. It was very disturbing as a child to see dude heart just. I thought this was on Dragon Ball Z, not Mortal Kombat. That was brutal.
Yeah.
Real. I thought it was. It would have been interesting, like, because when they sent Goku to Earth in that movie, I was like, none of them, his father or mother, didn't get in the ship. I'm like, well, I wonder why his mother didn't go.
That's
So if they wonder, like, how much different would the story have been if his mother went, who was stronger than anyone on the planet when she
Yeah.
got there?
I think she wouldn't have destroyed anything. She would have lived on the planet,
she wouldn't
and
destroy
the same
nothing.
thing would have happened. Raditz would have came to the planet,
But
but
how
this
different-
time, I think he wouldn't have Chi-Chi. I think he would have someone else.
But how different would it
Someone
be? Because
superior.
if Raditz showed up and his mom was still alive and everything.
Grandpa Gohan would still be alive because Mom wouldn't know what to do when he turned the giant monkey, chopped the tail off,
Or his mom would have just made him not look at it.
or basically just like Piccolo did to Gohan.
Yep, just pop it off.
No, I don't think she would have pulled off because she kept hers. That would have been a little bit morbid to cut his tail off from a Saiyan world. like how upset Vegeta was when he found out where's their tail or whatever. Like, he was
I
freaking
cut
out.
mine off. You forsaken your
He's
sacred
like,
blood.
blasphemy.
How could you?
It would be cool to have a tail.
Just grab my back.
We have a tailbone. That's a start. No,
Yeah.
True.
maybe Ken in his cyborg days can
I mean,
get a tail.
A robo tail.
Yeah,
That would
robo
be
tail.
awesome.
First off, they're also probably splicing people with animals.
Wolfman.
They have genetic they can manipulate genes before birth already, so why couldn't
Yeah,
they could do it?
That's true.
Did you know that?
Hasn't that been around for a
You're
while
defined by your chromosomes.
though?
I am Sonic Ice Fox.
So you're gonna become your Sonic OC when you're born?
They made a Sonic racing game.
Oh yeah.
I-
What did it come out already?
Yeah.
Yeah, I already
Wait, a new one?
Yeah.
I thought you were
Sonic,
talking about
Sonic Tag Team Racing. Because I thought it was funny
Really?
that the last podcast we were talking about Sonic, and then I saw a review of Sonic Tag Team Racing. I'm like, they came with a racing game?
Yeah.
I was like, oh, okay.
Also, Crash Team Racing came back too, and I'm like,
When is it supposed to come out? I want to play it.
I think it's supposed to come out next month.
Please.
Hopefully.
Because I really want to play it. Crash Tag Team Racing was awesome.
Did
I remember
you
getting the
see
top
that
notes.
they pushed back the release date for the Sonic movie now? The remake?
Yeah.
Thank God.
I mean,
they need
I
to.
told myself, the only way Sonic can come back, Roger Craig Smith must be Sonic. The whole soundtrack must be made by Crush 40. And then I will allow you to make this movie.
Well, if they're remaking it, they got to remake the whole movie.
Ooh, that's gonna suck.
Because if they got to redo the model, then they got to that whole movie needs to
At
be
least Jim
redone.
Carrey getting paid more. Then you come out of nowhere, Danny DeVito as Eggman.
First off, I'm in love with that petition going around to make Danny DeVito be Wolverine.
That'd be pretty cool.
That's the real fastball special when they send Danny DeVito in.
Colossus, throw me. Got you.
I'm already in the shape of a ball.
I'm halfway there. How do you feel? What is
Have
it?
you seen that yet?
No.
He's just standing in the rain just with his mouth.
Oh yeah, there's a picture of someone did this. Dude, I gotta show you that. Since you don't
This
use
is
social
what
media,
happens when I
you don't use social
This is why
media.
you gotta
so
get a
miss all the
Twitter.
good
I'm
stuff.
not plugged into any
You
of
gotta
that.
get a Twitter read. We're gonna have to
At
change
least
some
a
things.
Facebook.
So I type in
It's
Danny.
only Facebook, no picture.
You don't even have to be there actively, just enough to see the meme be sent to you.
Can you imagine this? In the movie?
That is. Oh, look at his tits.
Those are
God.
pecs. What do you mean?
Those are rock solid.
Those are
Hugh
rock
Jack-
hard solid.
Move over, Hugh Jackman.
Oh, here's the fully bigger one with the cover.
Oh, of course.
The better version.
I wonder what happened. Like,
Oh my god, that's
superior
perfect.
version.
what
Best
happens,
Wolverine.
Like, but he's not the main Wolverine. He's just like
He's a psych. a psych.
how they did in Ragnarok, where they had Matt Damon as Loki.
Oh yeah.
You just have
Oh.
just have him as Wolverine for
Have-
a few seconds.
Have him in the yellow suit.
Oh my
At
god.
Comic-Con, I can see it
Have
at
him in the
Comic-Con.
yellow suit.
Oh my god.
No, they just make him Universe 34 Wolverine.
Oh,
So I'm just
exactly.
like, oh, yes.
Trash man.
Him and Charlie just
What's
got
up?
done
There you go.
huffing glue.
What do you guys think about that new Batman though?
No. Well, actually, no, I can see him as Batman Beyond.
That's what I said too. As Terry.
That's Terry
see him.
McGinnis.
Yes.
That could work. That could
better.
work.
I can't see him as Bruce Wayne, but Terry,
We still
Definitely.
don't necessarily. Is he confirmed Bruce Wayne?
they haven't said
I
it.
I don't
said-
remember hearing that he was.
No,
I don't
confirmed.
think
no
it's
one said it. They just said that he's in the running for doing.
I thought they would say it was,
I thought he
it was
was
confirmed.
confirmed. I
Yeah,
think
they
he
said it
was
was
confirmed.
100% confirmed now.
Nah, I hope he's Batman Beyond. Like they said, Michael Keaton be Bruce Wayne.
Oh, if he could come back and play old Batman,
Yeah.
I would lose my shit.
That'd
That'd
be
be so dope
That'd
if
be
he
awesome.
could come back and play old man Bruce Wayne.
I would
Oh
lose.
my
That'd be
god!
awesome.
And like when Joker or a bad guy comes up, so he does the old neck turn.
Yeah, he's so accustomed to that. And then they could make a joke about it. He's like, "Yeah, you can turn your head down then."
That'd be
That
dope.
would be awesome.
If they have him suit up for one, oh my god,
What
that's a
episode
great
was that?
idea.
He got into like the bat metal suit.
he got into like the
It was like
powered
an
suit one.
exosuit.
The one he was
around
going to
him.
use for Superman or something like that.
Yeah, yeah.
That was dope.
Well, the one I'll tell you what's a great story. I think it's by George Miller. It's called Kingdom Come. It's a Justice League story. It's about the Justice League like 40 or 50 years into the future. It's like 2030, 2040. And Batman obviously is like in his 80s. He builds an exosuit, and as an 80 or whatever year old man, he is beating ass. And the story is basically like a certain terrorist group arises, Superman has left Earth, and it's about them convincing, like they have to get a message to Superman so that he can come back and, you know, right all the wrongs and stuff. And it's just a story about how their lives progress after, I think their biggest fight was like Darkseid. And it's just sort of like them later. So it's a good story.
Couldn't Batman just get young again from the Lazarus pit?
He could.
Yeah.
But
He doesn't want to use
yeah.
it, and they mention in Batman stories
That's
that
what I'm saying.
the Lazarus pits,
Mhm.
like
Insane.
they make you insane
Yeah.
over time. They
Batman-
didn't make Ra's al Ghul insane the first time,
Mhm.
and if you're of a strong mind, you can last. But he knows that the end of that road, it's
Yeah.
like, are you? Oh yeah, we'll just use the Lazarus pits once. Yeah, right.
Yeah,
said
you have to use it, like,
said no
once-
one ever.
Once every
Batman
60
could probably do
years. You guys
Yeah.
use the pit?
Huh?
Rachel, was it Race or Rob?
You can say it.
I don't know.
matter, yeah.
Does he have to use the pit every 60 or 20 years?
Yeah, it's something like that. It's a couple of decades he has to rejuvenate because even as an old man, like when he progresses in his aging, he's still extremely strong, and obviously his mind is still
Right.
sharp as a razor. But yeah, he has to rejuvenate himself like every like 20
Randall
years.
Savage. Randall Savage was a caveman who became
Mhm.
immortal from a stone.
From a meteorite that fell from the
Oh.
sky.
and like
he's-
for ages,
He's been alive for 50,000 years.
And like he's now in one universe he runs the.
Mhm.
It's pretty dope.
He has billions, and he's been. It's implied that he is Alexander the Great, Genghis Khan. Like he's been at these points throughout history, and some people might have taken credit for it. Other times it just
Yeah.
was him.
Basically, he's richer than Batman.
Yeah,
Okay.
almost as smart as Lex Luthor. No
Well,
one's as smart as Lex.
What I'm also finding out is he has a card from that a dark side of Justice League. He has a card in his chest, which if he does die, he can use that card to come back to life.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm like, oh,
Yeah,
that's,
they did do that in the second Suicide Squad movie. He has a get out of hell card.
that's pretty dope.
That's
No,
pretty cool.
no BS. It literally resurrects him.
Oh,
It's
that's
like-
cool.
Like, hi, man. Been waiting for your-
And he's like,
Send me back.
L? What L? What
I
loss?
ain't got no L.
All I get are W's in this house.
Yeah.
Bring me my wine.
That man ain't joking.
Did you see? I already know his answer. Have you seen John Wick 3?
I have.
How you gonna just assume my answer?
Slugs.
You told me earlier.
You're right.
Wait. Spoilers.
We can't say nothing.
Spoilers.
No, he hasn't seen it.
Oh, you haven't seen it?
No.
He said
Okay.
earlier he can't,
Okay.
so he can't say nothing.
I hate.
I'm sorry, okay?
Jeremy, leave the room.
Jeremy, you are fumbling the bag right now.
Okay, I will see it. I didn't know it was out, so I didn't know. So
He told me he thought Godzilla came out on the 21st.
okay,
So he was waiting.
I don't know why I thought it said 21st. I swore it said 21st, and I was like, "Has Godzilla come?" Because I was gonna message you guys. I'm like, "Okay, let's go see it." And then you told me it was 31st.
I watched the last trailer for Godzilla,
Yeah.
and it just looks so.
I know. I really
It's
want to go
just
see.
so sweet.
I want to go see it.
It's like Ghidorah tackling him, and like two of the heads are going for the shoulders and like punching him back, and he uppercut. Oh my god!
What I'm trying to figure out is this: they're gonna have King Kong versus Godzilla.
They are.
Now I have a friend that's like a true King
another
Kong
movie?
fan because it's like, yeah, King Kong beat Godzilla once. I'm like, really? Did he really beat him?
It depends how. So it depends on one thing. They said that he was young in the new King Kong
They
movie.
did.
So
They
depending
did.
how big
Yeah.
he actually gets when
And
he's fully
he was
grown.
he was big. He was much bigger than the Peter Jackson.
I can say this: he could probably win.
The thing about King Kong,
But Godzilla can grab stuff too.
when they show him, even with given how
His
young
arms
he
aren't
is, like
Oh,
he's
not
gonna
that
live
short.
for
Dang it.
centuries.
I'm sorry.
Even with how young he is, the Peter Jackson King Kong was like 25, 30 feet, maybe.
You just get stomped on.
That dude, this King Kong is like 200, maybe
He's
not
He's
200.
still,
close
he's still,
to
he's
it.
still trying to
And
mature, too.
he's maturing. So that movie took place back at the end of the Vietnam War. So he has decades to
Damn,
grow.
Can you imagine?
Yeah.
And you see the stuff
That's
he
gonna
was
be cool.
fighting, the skull, the crawler things that he was fighting, the lizard
Yeah.
monsters, like those things were no joke either. They were big as hell. So
I can't imagine getting punched in the face.
That,
Oh my
that
God.
massive.
you
He
wouldn't
was-
feel it. What do you
he
mean?
was
You
he
would
was
just be dead.
punching helicopters out of the sky. Like,
Dude.
you came into
Imagine
my
seeing that
into
coming.
my
It's
turf,
like, oh
like,
my God.
dude, they were getting punished
Like if
in the beginning of that movie.
if King Kong was in this Godzilla movie, I can see him just slinging Ghidorah, Godzilla grabbing one head, he
Oh,
grabbing the
God.
other, just split it down the
Oh.
middle.
You're looking at the
I was trying to show him. He thought his arms was like Godzilla doesn't really have small arms anymore. He has like,
no,
he's
his arms are
That's
That's
pretty
really
long.
big now.
Yeah,
He's not a T-Rex.
it's like down to his legs.
Oh, okay,
So,
yeah,
like,
My
no,
friend
yeah,
said
they're-
he-
they're-
if
they're
he's gonna
large.
lose his shit if he sees Godzilla do his tail fly drop kick.
Oh, like,
Oh, yeah,
That'd be so cool.
He's literally just like
That'd be cool.
but yeah, he was like, he was talking about like Godzilla has like his atomic breath and stuff. What kind of powers does King Kong have?
No.
He's got thumbs.
that's
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 just-
That's all that
for
matters.
me. I love King Kong. I also love Godzilla about equally. I just like the monster movie type
Yeah.
That's
type shit.
amazing.
It's just all.
I
It's
agree.
just awesome to see.
Yeah.
But from a practical standpoint, King Kong has no equalizer. Like Godzilla, look, Godzilla has his strength. He has his mobility. He has his agility. He can move for something that big. He can
Yeah,
move.
pretty
He can
fast.
move
Really
well.
quickly.
And King Kong does not have laser breath.
No.
He does not have any of that. He doesn't have that.
Godzilla
He's
has-
got
He is
brute
raw,
He's got beating chest.
brawn.
But
Now,
in like the old Godzilla movies, he was able to
he
resuscitate
can-
himself
he
and
can-
stuff like
yeah.
that.
Lightning.
Now we don't know if this movie Kong can he withstand the atomic breath,
Because that's just straight radiation.
because that's nothing but radiation just dumping
Yeah.
onto you in solidified.
Yeah.
Right, right.
It's like
You can't say it's like Godzilla. What was it? Shin Godzilla with his fucking.
Oh, yeah, did you see
Unibeam.
Shin, did y'all see
Yes.
Shin
Yeah.
Godzilla?
I didn't see him. Godzilla.
You mean the fucking big
I-
ass
look.
laser beam that just fucking destroyed everything? It wasn't an atomic breath,
It
basically.
was
No.
just. What is that? Is that a hyper?
But this,
Started out
wasn't,
as
but this
fire.
wasn't normal Godzilla anyway. So
True.
he's firing nuclear energy as like a dragon breath would, and
That
it's
beam
like
did go far. It was
no.
just-
also,
And the distance that beam can reach,
Yeah.
it's like
and also,
Oh my God.
he's got a tail, which that tail is
That
thick as
tail is a
fuck.
Yeah,
weapon.
it is.
by the way.
And then he can shoot it out his back, and I was like,
Oh,
It's
that
like,
was from.
It's like, need I mention how he did use that tail to level a skyscraper and the monster within that skyscraper?
Yeah.
It's like,
You're talking about the first one. You're talking about the first one when he
yeah,
killed
where he
it?
like
He hit it
leans
with
up,
his-
he
yeah.
leans up against the building. The
Yeah.
thing is like behind him. This people cheered in the theater when they saw this. He basically went like this and whipped him into a building, and it just
killed it
looked
because-
mean as hell.
He killed him.
I got you, bro. I got you.
He killed him with it too because the building impaled him. When
Exactly.
He did it.
Yeah.
The thing was flying in, and you could almost see. This is how good of a job the special effects artists on these movies are these days. they made it look like Godzilla was like, he clocked him. He was like, okay, coming in, all right, batter up, bam, and it's like hell yeah, man.
That tail just stayed in the building
They give him in that way. They give him some personality because it's like he winds up like, I'm ready for you, bitch. Get out of here. Swat you. So yeah, King Kong has that's two big disadvantages. That
Right. If I see King Kong
Now-
parkour over some buildings or atomic breath, I'm like, oh.
Now, King Ghidorah could probably kill God. Not Godzilla, but King Ghidorah I think could beat King
I
Kong,
can't see that.
maybe.
Yeah.
That's possible.
First off,
I can see the two heads getting them, but I can see King Kong ripping
Some
at
of
least
those, I
one
was about
head.
to say, some of those heads are getting ripped off.
I can see
Yes.
one
One
getting-
or two
But
of them are getting ripped
he
off.
has to do all this while Ghidorah could fly in the air with them and just drop them.
Yeah.
The thing that you have to
But that could be
realize,
Godzilla.
the thing you have to realize at a certain point, the ability to fly is a game changer. That sounds like a no duh thing, but like seriously, like,
It
if
is.
you can't fly, like
You're
that's a
done.
big
You're done.
disadvantage.
Rodan, Mothra. I mean, after they Destroyer. Was it Destroyer? Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Destroyer
Drop baby
could fly.
Godzilla just from the sky. Just
Yep, and it's like, what are you about to do?
Destroyer
About to-
was OP though, because he could
No.
literally just destroy oxygen.
I would
Yeah.
say one instance, and Godzilla did get dropped from the sky. He did shoot his breath down just to slow
not
his
how that
descent.
works.
Yeah, to slow his
To
descent.
slow the-
That's not
I
how
would
that
say
works.
that's.
Radiation does not work as
It's not-
it's not a propellant.
I mean, if you could aim a tank and shoot yourself in a certain
Yeah, but that
direction,
has physical force. He's just creating some like a nuclear reaction and shooting it out.
it's like a Kamehameha.
First off, Kamehamehas are out of the realm of realism.
Like, we can't explain Kamehamehas.
Okay, a radiation blast. Okay, that's like a pulsar blast from one of the robots from Pacific Rim.
Yeah.
Analog one. It's just like that.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Basically, and just slow yourself down.
It depends.
But
dragons
he's
can't
big.
dragons can't push themselves with their flame breath.
Don't know that. We don't know. We never seen a dragon
What if
do
they
this.
really blow really hard?
Because they don't blow it. It's just it's expelled like it's expelled from your body,
Look,
and it's
the
a
way
mixture.
I always thought of it is that dragons have to have some sort of gland
That is
in
what
their
it is.
chest or their throat that houses whatever that liquid that ignites the shit is, whatever
Yeah.
natural substance,
Mhm.
and it's like. Is there a certain amount of that? Like, do they run out of flame breath at a certain point? If they just kept going,
But
it's kind of like us running everywhere. It's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
it's,
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
Can you really run
I
everywhere?
mean, you can run out of breath, so I can.
Exactly. Yeah.
it's Dungeons and Dragons. They have to recharge over time.
Yeah.
Meter.
A dragon moving backwards. Just
Oh,
like
yeah.
you
It's a
can shoot
possibility.
fireballs. Just shoot fireballs. Yeah, you can shoot go backwards or slow your descent and fall. I mean, come on.
That's just not happening.
He's just, yeah, he's
It
just
doesn't
not
make
having
sense.
it.
Yeah.
He's thinking too logically.
Dragon breath doesn't make
But you gotta think this is a monster movie. It's not real life. Yeah.
Sci-fi.
It could be.
It could be. You just start seeing a
The
Godzilla
human,
out
the
the
human
door.
part of it's real life,
Oh.
except the fact that they those people survived being around those blasts.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's
They
all
would have
it
died.
is.
And
The thing
Yeah,
that
silly,
I
but-
thought was ridiculous was when the scientists are running away. This is at the part of the movie where Ghidorah escapes from that because he was frozen in like a glacier or
Mhm.
something. So like whatever he does to get out, or whatever they do to get him out, they're running away, and his lightning breath comes through windows, and it just like it launches straight forward. I'm like, those people are fucked.
Yeah. You're
Those
done.
people are done. That lightning is just is
No way you're
here, there, and
surviving.
everywhere.
Now to
man.
see Rodan again, I was like, ooh,
That was cool.
That big giant bird, like
And
how
But he doesn't like normal Rodan. He has like flaming wings and stuff
Yeah,
like that. He's like
yeah.
a fire. I know Rodan can shoot. Like I think he has
Well,
fire.
I
breath or
kind of
something.
like that they're giving those main monsters powers kind of onto themselves because like Godzilla, atomic breath,
main.
he needs something in his world that it can compete with.
Well,
Yeah.
Rodan had powers. It was just we didn't have the way to animate.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like I'm saying, he had the ability to do breath.
It's like
Yeah,
fire
I
breath.
right.
don't oppose adding stuff in, given that special effects have come so far, as long as it makes sense and it's not just preposterous.
But
But
like
like,
we got Anguirus too.
Would like to see Gigan.
Guy
Yeah,
Game
Yeah,
would be
that'd be
cool.
cool.
Yeah, he would beat King Kong. King Kong grab he just with his
And
metal
then
claws.
he got the blade on his stomach. So
He has a stomach blade as well, so you can pull him in.
That would be God. That would be. Like everybody had
Yeah,
to jump.
King Kong
Godzilla
definitely
definitely-
has a lot of work ahead of him with a pantheon like
I
that.
mean,
Yeah.
all he has to do is get a giant metal pole. Let's go.
That's why I was saying, like Ghidorah is messing King Kong up, bro.
Yeah.
Lightning,
Triple
lightning,
lightning.
Triple.
You're gonna lose.
That's
lightning.
double the power.
You're gonna lose a head, but you probably gonna win this.
I can fly. I can breathe lightning. I can probably out wrestle. He's definitely bigger.
Yeah,
Can cover
oh,
more
yeah,
distance.
yeah.
So, but yeah, you're right. Some of those heads, one or more.
You got Mothra though. We're gonna kill. I got you, King Kong.
Yeah.
I got you.
They don't know what Mothra does.
I think that
Goes
they're
to
going to
light.
give him like a wind impact power. Because there was that trailer where when he was flying over the buildings, he was like grabbing buildings up with him. And it was just like the
Yeah.
force of his wings was just ripping stuff out of the ground. So that might end up being what they do. I mean, wind attacks.
Pretty
some
sure
Avatar
Godzilla has a healing factor.
Oh, without a
Oh,
doubt.
It has all this
yeah.
stuff. Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
Their Godzilla has abs.
yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
He has an
He's
8-pack.
ripped. He was prepared for this battle.
I noticed that in the first movie when it became daytime after he beat the monsters and all that, and he's like walking back into the ocean. I'm like, he has abs.
Yeah.
I'm like, wow.
One
It was
thing.
cool.
He hit the gym.
One thing you have
Yeah.
to, I was gonna say one thing you have to think about. He has over other monsters. He's also amphibious.
Exactly.
He can breathe underwater and everything.
Exactly.
Oh
He
yeah,
can
that's
drag-
right.
If he's stronger than King Kong, he can drag him underwater.
Dang, that's right.
And
This nigga just a
he
blow.
takes him deeper and deeper, and he's like, I can keep going, man.
What's good,
I can
bro?
Because he
Yeah,
lives on the
King Kong
bottom
has
of the
some work.
ocean.
Oh,
And just
my
atomic
God.
breath from even further. Just
He was like, "Oh, you thought I was stopping here? No, we're down. We're going
No,
down to
we're
where
going-
the pressure gets.
We're going under the sea.
serious." I am dead serious with this pressure, man.
but what his lungs really pop if they're going under that much pressure. He's a big,
Exactly.
it's a giant lung.
But he
Exactly.
can't breathe, and he'd be weaker underwater.
I think
too.
he knows. I think he knows how
That
to
is
hold
true.
his breath for a few minutes.
Oh, sure,
It would be
sure,
minutes.
sure.
It'd be more bigger.
It's like
Well,
once
no,
a minute.
I would believe it if it was a few minutes. I could get on board with that,
It's like he still got his hands free, so he's like,
and I could also get on board with the fact, okay, whatever. He's kind of in a way supernatural, so what pressure is not going to it's not going to do to him what it would to us in
Yeah.
as quickly of a time.
basically.
So, but once he gets dragged down and where their light stops,
Ooh.
it's like
Yeah.
you're fighting
You're done.
underwater, out of your element,
Can't
not
see.
breathing, in the dark. It's like that's
You're done.
bad. bro.
And you gotta swim back up, even if you do get dude.
I was about to say, it's not
Yeah.
like you're shooting right back up to the top.
Yeah, you gotta
Oh,
swim. I got
That's mean.
Woo.
The guys
That
that
is-
says-
all right, Ken,
He
give you
nips
that
you at
one.
your ankle like, nah.
Right. And I'm not saying that he's going to go quietly because he's going to
Yeah,
be
no.
punching him. He's going to be doing what he can. But
That's gonna be
if
rough.
he's a land fighter, his fist ain't moving as quickly or as
No,
powerfully.
it's gonna be way slower than
So
water.
even the blows that he would have gotten in on Godzilla on land,
Yeah.
you're not even getting those.
That's
Ugly.
what makes
At the
it
same
how
time,
strong
force
he is.
him
Because
pushing
Godzilla, when he
you
down.
swims, he doesn't use his
Yeah.
arms or legs to swim. It's like he uses his tail to
Just-
swim.
Dang.
That tail is
And then
really
that's when
strong.
you'll see
Woo.
the drop kick.
He swims like an alligator. And
Yeah.
like if he came up to you and he could spear you, if he could get up to speed.
Oh, he just fly out the water.
Yeah.
No, well, that's just
You're
why
done.
I'm talking about an underwater fight.
Oh, I was
If
talking
he
like
could-
if he just shot out the water and tackled
Yeah.
someone.
If
I'm
he
like,
could-
Oh.
actually, no lie, that would be cool. Just surprise attack your door.
Yeah, coming
That'd
out
be
the
Use an
pretty
water.
atomic breath as he flies out.
Oh,
He just
God.
spins with it.
Why is he spinning?
I don't know.
How does
If
he
you
spin?
For some reason, he's
drill right through Ghidorah, just
He got, you're saying this Godzilla just uses the Lotus attack on him. He
Yeah.
just Naruto moves on him.
Hidden Lotus.
Prime hidden Lotus. He opens up his gates. The
I was
fight-
about to say, is it okay, Guy Sensei? Drops the weights.
If they brought the Godzilla that went, what's it? Meltdown Godzilla.
Yeah, the one that died and lost to or not really lost. He beat him, but he still
What,
died.
was he,
in
he
the
was
end.
Yeah.
reborn.
He wasn't reborn when
Yeah,
he fought
but-
Destroyer.
Yeah, he was reborn. When you went through the clouds, you saw him.
No, that was the baby Godzilla that lived.
Oh. Never mind.
that was Kazuki who lived because he
Kazuki.
Gazuki.
I remember a homie when he only shot smoke green.
That, but also makes you know that Godzilla is asexual. He can reproduce without a mate.
Mhm.
What's that
Or
dance
she.
move? The Millie Rock, we go like this.
I'm
What?
not-
We do the dance and they go like,
I
like
think it's
that.
a whoa.
The whoa.
The whoa.
Kazuki was the first one to hit the whoa.
He was.
I just remember that because he would do like this. He was the first
That's where he got
one.
it from.
Oh, shit.
He predicted the future.
Steve.
Good kid.
Yeah. I was drinking
You
my
took
drink.
like a massive breath.
He was like, I need
You were
a
just
drink.
I needed that drink.
You need a Monster
Yeah, that's what I
Sponsorship?
got.
delicious hydro zero sugar Monster.
Yeah.
Delicious flavor, 0 sugar.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if this is
Energizes without taking up space in your calories.
exactly. You can breathe radiation just like Godzilla with this drink.
Oh, these drinks aren't radioactive. Don't get the wrong idea.
Everybody starts going to the store and buying them, thinking they can do everything. Like, yeah.
I think drinking radiation is a good idea for anyone.
Maybe the
Being
strongest
around harmful radiation is ultimately a good idea.
I think that city should have been shut down forever after that fight.
Yeah.
You said city or this sea?
City.
The city.
Oh,
San
The sea was.
Yeah, San Francisco is gone.
It's just now no one.
It's a
There's no one
wasteland.
there.
radioactivity.
It's
Fallout 78.
It is the next Fallout
I was
game.
about to say,
No lie.
those things were eating nuclear warheads.
Yeah.
Remember? That thing grabbed a nuclear warhead up
Oh,
into its
yeah,
mouth, and
yeah.
while it was chewing it, it went off, but it contained it,
Yeah.
and then it swallows all of it.
It's like, ow.
Like, these things are swallowing nuclear bombs, like, in full view of the
Powerful.
public. It's just,
I don't care. This
This is what I'll do to you.
this is a Chernobyl now. We have Chernobyl, and now we have San Francisco.
So where is this next fight going to take
That's
place
what I'm
at?
talking. That's what I want to know. Where's it going to take place? And that's going to be condemned because that's like, what? Wait, does Ghidorah attack with radiation, or that's just
No,
pure
It's
energy?
just pure
Energy.
lightning energy. It's, yeah.
I wish I had that.
But they also said like there's 20 something monsters or whatever like that in the trailer or whatever. Like
Yeah.
so, there should be probably more.
God,
There's
damn.
like
I
20
thought it was just Mothra,
Oh, 'cause
Rodan.
No, he said there's
Ghidorah,
more
and-
they found too.
Yeah, he saw
Oh,
Anguirus
okay.
because he popped out the ground. I think that one lion dude that was in that one Godzilla movie.
Oh, there's gonna be a lion dude.
You
Hell
remember,
yeah.
you remember that one?
I don't remember.
Yeah, he was one of the Guardians from. No, it was China. Yeah, he was one of the Guardians in China. Godzilla was like, he tail whipped them into a mountainside and just atomic breath right there. Oh, Godzilla's death from Final Wars. Tail whipped into. Have you ever seen that? In Final Wars, they mocked America because they made that
His name's
horrible.
King Caesar.
God.
King Caesar.
King
Yeah, that's
Caesar.
the dude.
Oh, shit.
They mocked the Americanized version of Godzilla by bringing them into Final Wars, and Godzilla was like, "What?" And Lizzie jumped at him. He tail whipped them into Sydney, and then atomic breath them. I was like, "Dang, maybe we put up a fight. You got longer arms and everything. What's going on?"
Megalon.
Megalon.
Giant shark.
No, that's
He's a giant beetle that has drill arms.
yeah.
Oh,
the
God.
sludge monster.
Oh, I think that was human created. You talking about Biolante?
No, the other one, the
Biolante.
sludge dude. He was on
Starbucks
used
drink.
him as a
Hedorah?
No,
Hedorah.
Hedorah, that's the name? Sludge thingy? Yeah, they used him as a campaign to
How do you
clean the
spell
oceans.
Hedorah? Hedorah?
It was like HY?
I don't think Destroyer's
Oh,
gonna
he's
be
a smog monster.
Oh, I don't think Destroyer or Space God.
It makes sense to be. Mecha Godzilla wouldn't make sense.
That would.
Unless they
yet.
bring aliens into
I was
it.
about to. No, Mechagodzilla would. You don't have to do the space storyline with Mechagodzilla necessarily.
I can see him coming in the King Kong one though. If like King Kong does get overpowered by Godzilla, I can see him.
If they do it right, like Mechagodzilla could be like, they're like, the world is like, we need an answer to this.
Mm-hmm.
We need
But
somebody.
they decide to work with Godzilla.
No, I know that. I'm not.
Yeah.
He's occupying that role, which I don't mind.
I'm mad because it's starting to feel like the video. You got the little armies behind you,
You know
and stuff. Let's do this.
Jet Jaguar.
No, he was man-made. I remember him. He was like the Ultraman Tiga of the Godzilla world. He was cool though. He could drop kick, knee people.
He could also turn small.
Yep. Because at first he was like a Power Ranger size.
He could turn small, but he's as strong as he was big.
Yeah,
he's
he does
basically
this-
Ant-Man, but not
Yeah.
He does
kaiju
this,
size.
he does this to transform, but he'll put the X up and like, yeah, enough chuck. Just run at Godzilla. Pop, pop, pop. He was actually doing like how the Power Rangers used to do those big giant
Yeah.
Yeah.
just like that. And I'm like, oh, that's cool.
He was like a Sentai man.
Oh, I hope they do.
Someone said the return of Jet Jaguar, Godzilla King of Monsters, is what someone drew for it.
Oh, that looks dope. Form up.
I don't think they have a robot in this one though. It looks like they're sending too many ships, like jets, to fight things.
Yeah. I was about to say, like, not that they're going to be super effective, but the shot of the jets behind him, like, fanning out, like, that's badass.
That's cool.
Like, just from a visual
Godzilla's
perspective.
on America's back.
Yeah.
Let's do this.
He's our monster. It's like,
no.
They could cause distractions.
Shoot you during the eye
It'd be
with
pretty
those
quick.
They could
missiles
ram
and
themselves
stuff.
into his eye or something.
they could do what Randy Quaid did at the end of Independence Day, just fly
Yeah,
themselves in.
just right into it.
Yeah, right now, I think Godzilla versus Kong is supposed to be is scheduled for 2020 or something like that. So,
That's
March
John
13th,
Wick, right?
2020. No, that's May.
Oh,
What, John Wick?
Yeah, there's a fourth one.
I know they announced the fourth one. I do know that. I didn't know when it was like. It wasn't.
Can't really say much,
Go
Jeremy.
see.
I'm sorry,
Oh,
okay?
oh,
say much,
I'm
but
sorry.
There is a fourth one.
I'm sorry.
Yes.
I will go see the third one.
Yes, John Wick died in the third one. He was replaced
yeah.
with someone else named John
His-
Wick, his
his-
twin brother.
John Wick.
John Wick went to a coma, and now he's in the Matrix.
I was about to say,
Lord
John
have
Wick
mercy.
gave Captain America's shield to the next guy. He's like,
Okay.
you're John Wick now.
Here, take this. Take the glasses.
Here's your coins. Here's your guns.
Your
You're
name Baba Yaga is now.
you're off.
I'll go see John Wick so y'all can stop yelling at me.
Yes.
No, as an action movie fan, John Wick is just.
Oh no, I
stupendous.
love John Wick.
It's just stupendous.
I would just say one word though. Slugs.
Who do you think will win, John Wick or Ronin?
Ooh.
Ooh.
Ronan, like
From-
Keanu Reeves is Ronan.
No.
No.
Who would win, John Wick or Ronin in a fight?
Ronan from Endgame.
Oh, really? Ronan?
Yeah, no, I'm asking you. Who do you think would win?
That's a good one.
Good one.
Hmm.
I gotta say, Ronan. He's just built for it.
But yeah, John Wick
All right. What
versus
about?
Gogo 13.
Let's make it fair then. John Wick before he retired.
Ooh.
Oh, prime time John Wick.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
You gotta think. They don't flash back to anything. That means as hard as this man goes, he went harder. It's like, oh Jesus.
They got a comic book for his origins. I haven't read that.
Think of it
That
this
I'm
way.
not sure.
He was it was in retirement for like I don't know how many years, and then now it's only been like a couple weeks he's been doing this again.
How much damage can Ronan take?
Wait, we
I don't know.
talking
I don't know
about
anything.
Endgame,
I don't know anything about the comic book Ronin.
right?
I mean, they're both technically just human bodies.
If
but
homie has the
Well, they're-
suit,
they don't have any superpowers.
The
on them.
Kree are naturally a little bit stronger,
Well,
right?
no.
Mhm.
Ronin is Hawkeye.
yeah, Hawkeye. Hawkeye from when he was killing people in
He
Japan.
turned Hawkeye becomes
Yeah.
Ronin.
Oh, you mean that Ronan?
Yeah,
I thought you meant Ronan the.
Ronan
Oh,
the
no.
Accuser.
the
No,
accuser.
yeah.
That's why I said it. That's why I said it first. I was
Got
like,
the Power Stone and
bro,
everything.
John Wick, I respect, but his skills are nothing on that guy.
That's a space alien with
That dude
superpowers.
is taking him apart.
I would have to go with probably Ronan because he's still Hawkeye. Yeah, he got hit, and John Wick does have a suit.
I never-
Yeah.
Like,
How do the arrows go up against that suit?
he gonna block the headshot. That's all.
Yeah, exactly.
Unless he got
Yeah.
the reflexes of
And
Jack
Hawkeye
Black.
can hit the headshot, so it's like,
Well, I mean, I've never really seen John Wick miss much either.
Now,
Yeah,
John,
that's true.
now
if
John
he
Wick,
catches him,
He got.
if
He
he
might
catches
have
him,
one.
like, he catches the arrow in mid-flight though. I'm like, ooh, hold on, John Wick got that kind of stuff. I might have to take my ballot back. If you got a man that can catch your arrows,
I'd like to redo my bet, please.
Yeah.
I chose the wrong man.
bullets go faster than bows.
That is very.
Do they? They
Um,
have to, right?
They have,
Right.
yeah.
But
yeah,
his
they do.
bow, what I read in the comic book, his bow goes
Is naturally faster.
basically at almost like the speed of a 9mm.
Hmm.
So that's still fast.
Yeah, right.
And if you can catch it, I'm like, ooh, hold on, John. That's why they call you Boogeyman? Ooh.
I say,
The
well,
thing
wouldn't the
is-
bow go? It wouldn't go directly straight, would it?
No, the arrow will go directly straight to hit you.
Oh,
'cause
okay.
he's aiming for your face. He's definitely trying to aim for the kill shot.
Okay.
If he knows like the suit blocks the arrows, yeah, I'll hit you.
One of those things where I wouldn't mind a rated R Hawkeye movie.
You know,
Yeah.
did you know they made a John Wick comic series in 2016? That's a prequel to the original film.
That's all I'm
Really?
saying. That's the comic book I got to
Oh.
read. Really cool. to learn where he got Baba Yaga from. You see the first man.
I like how they do that in the second movie. They actually have him kill a dude with the pencil through the eye, and I'm like, oh god.
That was one of those movies for me that came out of the blue, and then I started watching it. I was like, this is really great. I like this a lot.
I had to spoil just one kill, and it happens in the very beginning.
Are you talking about
Spoiler alert again?
Spoilers for John Wick 3.
This is the only thing I have to say.
One spoiler.
John Wick has this guy come up to him in the library, and he's this really big, tall dude. And a fight ensues, of course. The way he breaks his neck backwards over a book. He stands a book up long ways, grabs the dude's head, comes around, and somehow gets to the other side of the table, yanks his head down by his hair, and snaps his neck.
That was after he beat him in the face with the book and in the mouth. Like he started hitting him into the mouth and then twisted the book in his mouth to break his jaw.
Guy, what?
Basically, John Wick 3 from start to finish is nothing but action.
It's nothing but him going through him, Jaramus. Going through him.
Okay, I'll go see it. I want to see that.
Go see it today.
All right, go order the tickets. Order them.
Are you
part of the movie club for cinema?
I'm off Sundays and Tuesdays.
I'm saying you get free tickets then.
Wait, actually, I think I might have an account. I don't know. Because I have accounts of places I forget I have an account for. So I need to see if I do. I might have one.
Sundays and Tuesdays?
Sundays and Tuesdays.
What?
That I'm off.
Oh, I'm about to say, are you playing something without me?
No, I'm saying go to. I was just seeing when he's available now.
Oh, what, for the movie or just in general?
I was talking about for Godzilla.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So we can all see Godzilla.
Yeah,
What is the 31st?
31st.
Is that a Thursday?
That is a Friday.
Friday?
Yeah. You said Friday and Sunday is your days off?
I thought you said
Tuesdays.
I just said Monday.
I know Friday's Bill Day.
It's been Bill Day for everybody. It's like, oh, I just got paid. It's like, thank you. How you doing? Yeah, just be quiet. I know. I gotta give you all my money, guys. Every time you look at your bank account, you're just like, he's just looking at you like, when am I gonna get some more money in here? It's like, you're not. Maybe another 10 years when I'm retired. Old.
It's been good this month.
That Whopper was delicious. Okay.
Yeah, Godzilla's one of those ones. Gotta see.
I want to see an IMAX.
Yeah, just sort of roar and bust
Yeah, I wanna see
your Because when did we go see Johnny?
We saw John Wick in IMAX.
Yeah, gunshots were like, oh, ears gone.
You can feel
destroyed.
it.
I
Yeah,
don't know.
the
I don't know.
percussion
You sure
of
you
the
want to go
shots.
do an IMAX again, Ken?
Yeah, I'll go.
Last time we did IMAX, what happened?
But we didn't see IMAX.
Battle Leader wasn't IMAX, was it?
No, we didn't see it in IMAX.
Oh, okay.
IMAX is an AMC theater thing.
Oh, okay.
We didn't even see it.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
It was just a 3D movie, and they messed it up the beginning. Part the theater did.
It's so sad.
How was that movie?
It was great. It had a weird love story that wasn't.
The love story was so unnecessary. Like it, nobody cares. She's a robot. She's supposed to fight.
She has feelings.
No,
She has feelings.
she can have feelings.
She's a
private-
cyborg.
She can do it privately.
She has humans. She still has a human
She
brain.
can
She
do
has
it-
human characteristics.
Okay, it's one thing to have feelings, but
Except
it's
for
another
us.
thing when the feelings don't need to be added. I don't need a whole scene of them just kissing. I don't care. Just fight.
What about comparing this to Ghost in the Shell?
I didn't see Ghost in the Shell.
Okay. Saw Ghost in the Shell?
I've never seen.
Nah, I never seen it either.
I've seen the original, of course.
Yeah, we watched the original.
Oh wow.
But the
Never mind
You
it.
got to ask
Speaking
yourself
of
that
which,
question.
creator of Ghost in the Shell is supposed to be making a new anime soon.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
No, it
I'm
sucks. You
imagining
won't
it.
have the same lady making it. You go for it. It's like the inner. I used to play Armor Core with that song in the background. It's like, let's go.
You know what one of my favorite anime themes of all time is? Yu Yu Hakusho.
Yeah.
Oh, that's everybody's right
Dude,
there.
that is one of the best.
Yeah, it's for 2020. Mamoru, I'm pronouncing it wrong. Mamoru Oshii, creator of Ghost in the Shell. He's creates new anime in 2020.
Pretty cool. They got Takeshi in the anime.
Also, apparently, Netflix is going to have a new Ghost in the Shell anime in 2020.
Oh, that's gonna be interesting.
Wow.
Netflix been doing really good with their original series.
Definitely.
They've been doing a great job. I've watched so many Netflix originals, and they've been really good.
Dragon Prince, Castlevania.
Castlevania is something I have to say.
Bro,
I
he
do
got-
need to watch.
You haven't watched Castlevania?
What?
She's watched it. I think I started watching it, and I just
wait,
didn't.
what are you missing?
I'm missing a lot apparently.
Because that
Look,
did work.
I'll watch it. But I got
You gotta watch both seasons now.
I watched both seasons after I watched my other shows.
What's your other show?
I
Big Bang Theory, probably.
Yeah, probably.
No, but I do want to watch more of it. I do want to watch it.
So recently came out Ultraman, which I didn't think it was going to be a good series, but it turned out to be dope.
I watched it. I think the animation's a little bit weird on it, but
Pretty awesome. See the beam come out of his arm and shit.
Hey, I don't know how much you guys watch Netflix, but their originals pretty good.
I saw The Bodyguard. A really good one.
Polar.
Polar is good.
That
I like
was
Polar.
dope.
If you're an action movie person, watch Polar.
Okay.
It's good
I have
to
a
see
lot
that
of
guy
favorites.
actually get his own movie and like it's
I
like
kept saying
an
he should
action
play
movie.
Geralt in The Witcher.
He would be.
He'd be the best Witcher.
He would be. He's got the face for it and everything.
Definitely. But they got Fat Cavill as Witcher. I'm sorry to say it like that, but Henry Cavill.
I always felt like he got the shortest end of the stick in Justice League. It's like
No. The second one, though, to see him actually look at the Flash and the Speed Force.
Let me get my.
that was a good
scared. I was
moment.
like,
No, that was a good moment.
I don't know
See,
anything
there are
about Netflix.
moments
I don't
in
watch
there,
Netflix.
like
That's why I'm
that
on
when
my
he's
phone.
like turning ever so
Come on,
slightly,
Ken.
like I can see you.
I don't even use that.
oh wait,
You'll use it.
y'all putting that actually in the movie?
Use it for 1 year.
Nice. I thought no one can see me. Nah, bruh. Coming after that. And he missed. I was like, oh, that's cool. Now bring back Zod, because he was boss. I don't know why they killed. You could have flew him in the air. You could have not chopped them in his neck. You
Yeah,
could have suplexed them.
this fight didn't have to happen in a city for 50 minutes.
You could have
All the advertisements.
With all of the product placement strategically.
Sony.
Coca-Cola.
We're gonna
Mercedes.
fight in an IHOP.
I'm hungry.
Oh no, the IHOP.
No.
And then for no reason, Ma Kent works at Sears.
Bruh.
It's like,
guess.
why was that there?
Maybe
tried
that's
to
what
bring
happened
it
to.
back.
Maybe that's what happened to the IHOP at Chesapeake.
That's what happened to our IHOP.
The Kryptonian gets tossed into a gas station and it's a 7-Eleven, obviously.
Yeah, obviously.
It's like a Smallville is popping.
It's not as small as I thought it was.
Yeah, I was like, Smallville has all of them. Look, they have a vegan place.
All they were missing. But have y'all seen the Captain Marvel movie?
No, I did.
Oh yeah, I saw. I
never
watched
you
it.
saw it?
See, look. There we go. Some they don't.
He
want
said
to
he
do.
wasn't gonna see it. And
I know
saw
he
it.
said it.
The
Yeah, I
already
funniest
saw
part of that movie was when she asked, "Where can I get a communication device?" I'm like, "There's a Radio Shack right across the street, isn't it?" So what's his name? Nick Fury pointed across the street. Radio Shack. Yeah. Grab that cell phone equipment for the cheap.
That was funny.
That was cool. Just 90s popping up. Blockbuster. I was like, oh.
So that poor Blockbuster, she came right through him.
But what I didn't like about her was like
Her whole. It was like
attitude. Just I know she is trying to bring the female characters out there, but gotta be a dick like that.
He has a demeanor that's just totally unlikable.
Like when Thor said, "You're trying to be like the next Tom Cruise because you're doing your own stunts." He said, "No, I'm just trying to be the next me." I'm like, do that.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, what a needlessly confrontational thing to say.
And she lied
in
about
an
her own
interview.
stunts. And I'm like, you got your stunt double next to you. So you don't really do that.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Only people that actually done their own stunts forever. Jackie Chan and Tom Cruise.
It's like being likable goes a long way.
It does.
with people in those situations.
That's her call.
She's agreeing secretly.
She's snitching on us right now.
Yeah, she's calling all of them. I got four of them. I got four of them in the crib.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and I heard it was just like she just is infinitely powerful and doesn't have to.
Because Thanos handled it.
No, that part.
See,
my theater
I was
cheered.
so disappointed. I was so disappointed.
I thought you weren't going to see it in theaters.
No, I saw Endgame.
Yeah, I thought you said you weren't going to see Endgame in theaters.
I never said I wouldn't see
Oh,
Endgame.
I thought you said you
I
weren't.
don't think he said that.
I said that about Star Wars, which
Oh,
I'm
okay.
sticking to. I'm not seeing Star Wars.
I was going to do the full whole Leia and Chewbacca suit. lightsabers, man. You gotta be there at least for that. Then you can leave. You don't have to buy a ticket. You just gotta be there like,
just come here, do that, and then leave.
You can buy his ticket.
Disney has lost me as a customer.
Oh man,
I was
losing
mad
people.
because I said, you better not do an Obi-Wan. You better.
No.
How could you?
Just blatant disrespecting the audience is what I don't like.
Right.
And then preachy moralizing where it's like capitalism bad. I'm like, you're Disney.
You just now got Fox, so you basically got the Infinity Gauntlet on.
I'm like,
you're in a monopoly.
You are literally the last people on this planet that I want to hear that from.
That is very true. They have everybody.
All they need to do is own Warner Brothers in DC, and that's like world government.
They're close.
How
They-
pretentious.
Because they own Warner Brothers. Then
It's
Mortal
over.
Kombat becomes PG.
Oh no!
Because I remember for Fox, they had to go to court just to get Fox because that was too much power for them.
They got Fox, man. Disney taking over.
Yeah.
Monopolizing.
Yeah,
the world.
corporations, capitalists,
Bad, man.
Bad.
evil.
No.
Stepping on the
We
little
can do it,
people.
but you can.
Meanwhile, give us your money.
Here's a new
Buy more.
here's a new Kingdom Hearts game.
I did not
No,
know.
they better not make that Kingdom
I
Hearts.
didn't
are.
know you could be so
They better
pretentious.
They better not. I'm done. After the third one, I'm done with Kingdom Hearts. My heart can't take it.
She's gonna make you play the next
She
one.
will make me play if they come out with one. She'll be like, play it on critical mode. And I'm like, no, I'm not
No.
playing on critical mode. I'm playing it on normal because normal is critical.
Basically. Kingdom Hearts 3's critical mode made no sense. It made it like Dark Souls. 2 hits.
Yeah, I've seen like some people play in critical mode. They just get hit once and it's like, doo, doo. I'm like, ugh.
I was mad because there wasn't a lot of secret bosses, and the one secret boss I thought was gonna have a hard time with, I killed them. And I was like, oh, okay. On to the final battle.
Kingdom Hearts 3, it was like, for me, it was like, they gave Sora everything I wish he would have had in the other ones. But then they were just like, well, we didn't want to make it too easy. So let's just give you a boss at every point you can turn. Turn around, there's a boss. You get under this mountain, there's a boss. Hey, there's a mega boss for you to fight. And you're like, how many bosses do I have to fight before I go to the next world? I'm like, this is ridiculous.
What they should have done was something on Kingdom Hearts 2, like Valor mode,
Yeah.
dual wheel, final form.
I don't know. Yeah, that would have been
that
great.
would've
I
been cool.
love the Valor mode from Kingdom Hearts 2. That was like, thank God he could duel it. It looks so badass.
So
And
like, that's so cool. Then you just change it for amusement park ride.
Yeah.
Really? What? Boat ride going back and forth. to
Valor
damage
mode
enemies?
from
Kingdom Hearts 2.
Oh,
They should have
released.
kept that in 3. That would have been so cool. Because that was when he changed to that. I was like, oh,
But they kept Anti-Sora. I'm like, really? You kept this, but you didn't give us our dual wheel? What's the problem here?
something's not right.
It better be DLC at least.
I don't think they're gonna DLC. They're not gonna do
They're
anything.
probably not gonna work on DLC. They're probably like Final Fantasy 7 now.
Oh no! They say they're giving us some DLC future, but they're not telling.
Yeah, it's like what 20 years from now, new DLC for
After
Kingdom
Final
Hearts.
Fantasy 7 has died down, Kingdom Hearts.
It's been 20 years. I'm old now. I don't want to play anymore.
That's why I don't believe in the power of friendship anymore.
I didn't believe in it when he was
doesn't
doing
pay
it.
my bill.
My friends ain't calling me. Hey, you got your bills good?
Can I pump friendship into my car
I know.
and use it as fuel?
Is friendship gonna give me my rent money? No, I don't think
Let's
so.
go put food on my table.
Go to the office. Why haven't you not paid your rent? Because I believe my friends will do it. The power of friendship
Yeah,
is
we're
here.
here to evict you.
Here you go. Like, well, no, where's my friendship at? You don't have any. It's like,
No friend.
sad. Very
That
sad.
hurts too, because for the people that play the game and don't have friends, you're like, oh.
Yeah. You're just sitting there. You're like,
I have.
oh, I wish I could understand that reference.
So I am the darkness.
Just turn into an edge.
I'm gonna be with Organization 13 now. I understand how they feel.
Just
I have no heart. Just paint yourself.
Hey.
It's funny. That's why every time they did that in the game, that's how I knew I was playing a Disney game. I was like, Disney just couldn't have just let the game have just been good. They had to have Disney moments in there. That's what I was like, why?
Full on.
Friendship is cool. I love my friends. They make me feel better. When you have friends, you can do anything. And I'm like, No, you can't.
I was seriously waiting for a G.I. Joe moment.
Yeah.
They all put their hands in.
Because no one's after battle.
Yeah.
I think they did do that. They did put their hands together in Kingdom Hearts 3.
Yeah.
They all did, and I'm like, why?
You remember Captain Planet? How they all had different elemental powers
Yes.
that they fused.
Yes.
But there was the one kid who had the love power.
The heart,
Oh
yeah.
my
I have the power of heart, and it's like that kid got gypped.
It's like the,
What can you do? I can create flames. I can create tornadoes.
Yeah, I have wind as my power. And
I can
I
change
have
your
water.
opinion on things.
Yeah.
I can change your viewpoint.
I can make someone less of an asshole.
It kind of reminds me of like how like Sailor Moon is like a power of love and justice.
It's like a Care Bear. He fires a love beam.
Yeah.
But the power of manipulation is good. What if he What if he manipulated one of them to give
I was
him
about
the
to
ring?
say,
Ooh.
what if it turns out that the Heart Kid has the power to control minds, essentially, hearts and minds, and he can control Captain Planet vicariously, but he's just
Ooh.
puppeteering them.
He's just sitting in the background, just like,
It's like
just being a
he was like,
whack.
he didn't realize when he gave me this ring that I'd awaken new echelons.
It's like
of
I've learned
power.
something you don't know.
You know what I mean? Turns out there was power beyond firing a heart beam like a Care Bear.
I have more power than you imagine.
It
Didn't
was
know
like
it.
they laughed. The Heart Kid. Who laughs now?
I get the last laugh.
Hug me.
That guy from Final Fantasy X. The
Ha 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 ha!
The way he leaned back into it, he was
preparing that laugh.
so pleased with himself.
He was like, "I've been waiting to do this for years." Huh? Ha ha ha! You're like, stop, dude.
All you had to do was this, and then it would have been the going trick from the anime. Oh, destroy yourself.
Just do what you can.
Mine,
Nobody
yo,
cares. I was just being nice.
We know Jeremy's the one who really needs the table salt.
No, I don't.
Yeah.
I'm done with sugar.
He's salted.
No, I got the salt. Look, don't make me bring it out. I got that salt for you.
Nah, man, you're too busy using it. Don't
Why are
worry.
you assaulting Ken right
I'm not.
Because we can't talk about John Wick, and he's the only one that hasn't seen it.
Yeah, maybe I won't go see it. You'll never be able to talk about it here.
Salt.
I'm peppered.
What?
Salt.
Whoa.
like pepper.
You brought race into this.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you did.
I'm just telling you what it
You
is.
didn't even need to go
I'm
there.
just telling you what it is.
Ouch.
I like
Hey,
black pepper.
He thinks he can whisper it in his mic when he's picking up that stuff.
Lower the gain real quick. It's like, shh, I'm sorry. No, I love you.
What? I couldn't hear you.
I love you, Ken.
Oh, okay.
There you go. No salt here. We'll have salt time later. Not no.
As long as
Mom.
you're not pepper.
True.
Shake. Dragon Ball Z project. Haven't seen anything about it.
I don't
Was
care.
that the game?
It's just gonna
Yeah,
be.
it's like
It's
a
gonna
RPG
end
for Dragon
Ball
at
Z.
the Cell Saga already, like everything else.
I hate that. Like, why would you end it there? Like every
Because
Dragon Ball.
they don't know how to do anything else. But
Like, you
after
could
the Cell
seriously-
Saga, they get confused.
I mean, you can seriously just bring out Tenkaichi 3 HD. Just do that. That had everybody in. Raging Blast 2 had
Not the people in Super.
You could add them.
No.
You could easily add them to the game.
Mm-mm.
Just add them. to
That art
Super.
style is dead. They can't do it.
No, they can do it. They can just up the graphics
You just
a
want
little
it to
bit.
be real. It's not gonna be
I
happening.
mean, come on. You had everybody from GT's not canon. From Dragon Ball to GT. That's a lot of people.
That means that game's not canon.
And
He's like,
Wow.
"Ken."
why you gotta do that one?
Cruel Ken.
True. The worst Dragon Ball Z game forever. Dragon Ball Z. The Dark
Oh,
Souls.
I played that.
The
I
Dark
played
Souls.
Sagas. I played
The
Dark,
Dark Souls
Souls
was
of
fire.
Dragon Ball
No,
games.
because I was hyped because I rented it from Hollywood Video. That was still live. And I was like, yo, press this game. Just throwing fireballs. It's like no animation.
Absolutely.
Flying,
Otherwise it goes
cost
off.
you energy.
I get
was like,
paranoid.
ugh. And then in order to beat Cell, it had to be a Super Saiyan 2 form. But your Super Saiyan 2 form only lasted a minute, and it only lasted if you got hits on him, and he kept blocking everything.
Did you grab him?
No!
There was no grab mechanic. There was just one basic attack.
just
Yeah.
a whack Kamehameha.
It was super. Everything about that game is whack.
It was just horrible. Like just Charles Barkley. Terrible, terrible,
What this take? 30.
All that salt over there.
Be quiet, Ken. I don't got no salt over here. Man, it's gonna suck that when I enable the camera to go on. Ken's gonna give me a bag of salt. I'm like, here you go.
So you're
Just
already
drizzle it
you're
into your
pre-salted.
drink.
Don't worry.
Pre-salted before we started. I was ready to go. Ready for some seasoning.
Yeah, if Dauntless is crossplay, we need to link up.
Oh, definitely.
Oh yeah. And this time we'll all be awake for you, Ken.
Yeah,
Right.
Ken.
Oh,
Hopefully
you
my
met-
internet connection is not messed up at the house now. It was lagging this morning.
Another excuse is like
No.
internet's down.
I'll
Can't-
go about
No,
y'all.
it
Don't
kept
worry.
kicking me off of Mortal Kombat for some reason. Like,
It,
would lag
it was
up.
like you were too good.
I suck. My record up there is like 875 losses.
Oh my god! Don't
It's
say
also,
that.
It's also partially because he tries to do it.
No,
He did. I've seen
they
you.
know I'm trying my best.
Playing with one hand is pushing the button.
Hey,
Being-
You also don't block.
I defeated 85 people with one hand.
I'm about to say
come
blocking
on,
in
what
that
does
game is
say about
imperative. You better block.
He don't block.
me? I don't. I defeated 85 people while blocking.
That's
I mean,
not good enough.
85 to
That's not good enough.
890 something doesn't mean much.
I know.
That's not good enough. You gotta at least block once.
Blocking is so last 1994.
If you can't fight without blocking, you suck.
It's too hard for him because it has its own block button.
And plus, I used
Oh, yeah.
other hand for my mouse. So I'm like,
See, he's not even playing for real.
He's
See?
dual
you know
gaming.
what? I'm like I'm watching anime on this screen, and the game is on this screen.
He's
so I'm
playing
like,
2 games at once. He's just like,
oh, this is dope. I actually won a few games like that. I'm like, suck.
sir, I was doing this and not even looking at it.
That's how you gonna let me defeat you? All you had to do is keep upcutting me.
We know he's boosting. Don't worry.
Yeah, he's got. He paid extra money for the premium package.
He has two. He has 2 Xbox gamer tags, and he makes that one lose on purpose.
Oh, there
Why
you
do
go.
people keep think I'm boosting? I really don't.
How do
boost.
they make you boosting on ranked when you can't?
That's
choose
why.
your
That's
first
why they're
fighting?
kicking you off them servers.
Dude, like,
You know what you-
I met one dude. His name was Alpha, and he has 513 wins, 1,044 losses. I was like, "You beat me this time. I will catch up to you. I'm about to hit 9."
Lose every game. They're like, dang, you ain't win one. I don't want to.
But I suck at Mortal Kombat. I will say that right now. I suck at Mortal Kombat. You can get an easy win on me.
Yeah.
That's simple.
Don't play with Ken. Ken loves taking advantage of the
Liu
weak.
Kang,
I don't play Liu Kang really.
Who do you play?
Scarlet,
Scarlet more.
Really?
Yeah.
How you play Scarlet?
Scarlet
What
Sandwich.
do you mean why?
Why? There's other really good characters.
Yeah. What's wrong with the rest of? I play her. I played Liu Kang some to learn a little bit about him.
Garrus is pretty OP.
I don't play.
Why don't you play Garrus? What's wrong with Garrus?
Sonya Blade is way better.
Oh.
Sonya Blade's cheap. She's gonna get nerfed super
No, she
hard.
ain't cheap. She's just, if you get stuck in the corner, you're dead.
That's cheap.
Yeah, first off, it's not even a corner. If she just gets you in any combo, it's 300 damage.
yeah, Sonya is pretty like.
That's why.
Sonya is one of them like WTF characters. Like, come on, really? Why? It's like Noob Saibot. Like, you love people who be spamming.
She's
Noob.
basically the Black Canary of Mortal Kombat.
She shouldn't be though. End
No,
it.
no.
End it.
Wait, have you played Mortal Kombat?
Yeah.
Wait, have you beaten it?
Oh, you talking about the story or just
The story.
Oh, you talking about the new one? Yeah. Oh my bad. No, I haven't played the new one yet. I'm
It's
sorry.
true. He didn't say Mortal Kombat. He didn't say what number.
Yeah, he
True,
didn't say
true.
which one.
Mortal Kombat. Wait, is this 11?
It's 11. No,
Yeah.
I didn't play in K11.
Okay, never mind.
I mean, I watched the whole.
Oh, yeah,
You watched
she
the
died.
story?
Yeah, I watched the story
Yeah,
because
she
I was like,
died.
honestly, I'm not
What
gonna
about
play
you?
through
Do
it.
you care about Mortal Kombat?
No.
It's not. Well, that's a harsh way to put it.
No,
It's
it
not
was-
that I don't
nah,
care about
nah.
it. I enjoy watching it being played, and like the story is fun enough.
I like it.
Fighter
I
genre,
like
okay.
watching it. I don't like being it.
I'm just
You
not
don't
good
like
at the
getting
fighting
beaten on it,
games.
that's
Right.
basically.
Yeah.
Thought you were getting on PC. What happened?
I'm still gonna get on PC. I need to see them DLC characters first.
Ain't gonna be no deal.
Shang
I want
Tsung.
no.
That's
Yes.
not good enough. I
That
mean,
is
he's a
good
good
enough.
character.
It's
He's
the
great.
movie
It's
Shang
It's the
Tsung
Mortal
though.
Kombat 1 movie Shang Tsung.
Yeah, they have him playing Shang Tsung, being the model for him and everything.
Oh yeah, that's
I
right.
told myself what would be funny is when Liu Kang and him meet up, he imitates Liu Kang's brother from Mortal Kombat 1 saying, "No!" He said, "That's not funny." It's funny to me. I'll be weak. I'm like, yeah.
Good job.
Good job.
Got my money.
You take
The
all my
The
money.
best part of Mortal Kombat 11 is when people go into crypt and put on the headband, and then they get killed instantly. They don't swing the
By
hammer.
the meat hammer. Just takes your face off. Oh, it scared the crap out of me the first time. I was like, "Ooh, treasure!" What the fuck
Have you
was
seen
that?
it before?
Which one?
No, it's an MK11. It's in the crypt.
Oh,
If you remember
I
Meat
think I have.
Man from, I think it was Armageddon or Deception, he was just
He was just a
Flesh.
guy with no
you
skin.
basically all muscle.
Oh, okay.
He's the one in the crypt. Like if you put the blindfold on, and you don't press that X button to fling that hammer, he will pick you up and then just make your head explode.
Oh yeah.
And it's random when it does it. It's a cheap scare. It's meant to be on purpose.
First time, just I dropped my controller. I was like, Dead Space needs to come.
No, Dead Space.
It's not gonna come back.
Dead.
It's not gonna come back.
They left it on that big ass cliffhanger where the Earth was being destroyed by the moons, and then it's like,
That's it.
all right, good luck. If you bought the DLC,
It'll come back when Half-Life.
you've been better off not having the
That's-
DLC, so you won't be
I
left on that
can't
big
say
of a
that because Left 4
cliffhanger.
Dead 3
Just thinking he's dead.
It has more of a
Yeah,
satisfying.
say that
I mean, yeah.
sure.
Here. It would have been better off playing Dead Space if you just didn't get the DLC, because at least it would have been a conclusion.
Ah, yeah,
Basically.
true.
But then they were like, "Oh, there's a DLC story." What do you mean story?
I think they knew that was gonna be the last one, but I'm mad because if they do remake it, just start from the beginning, from a different person, different perspective, and you meet up with Isaac later on, that'd be cool.
No way. They have to finish that story. they can't
Yeah.
leave it like
Yeah.
Why
that.
do you finish it like say like you're one of the people on Earth when the Brother Moons come and start changing people into creatures and stuff? So and like you
you
meet
can play
Isaac
some.
like halfway through. I would say
He's like in his 50s.
I was about to say he has been through it.
And he's
Yeah.
really old.
'Cause
He's like in his 50s.
I never played the third one. Me and my buddy in one night crushed all of Dead Space 1, and then I played Dead Space 2 later. But
Dead Space One.
Dead
Yeah,
Space,
Dead Space
1
1
was really, really
terrifying.
good.
It was-
That
it was-
engine room got
Dead Space 2 was good too, but it was just more of an action.
It was
Yeah,
more
it was
exactly.
action and
Dead
really
Space
horror.
1 was a straight up horror game,
Yeah,
and
that-
then Dead Space 2, you're
that
right, is
was-
more of an
and
action.
then 3 just fell off.
Now, Dead Space 2, I still liked for what it was, and there's still moments where I was like, when he had to do the surgery on his
Yeah.
eye,
Yeah, that
I
was like, oh,
my god, this
that
is
crap
hardcore.
hurt.
Did you see,
Come on.
Did you see
Almost
what
got
happened
it.
when he failed?
There.
No, yeah, it like blew your eye up.
That crowd was crazy. I was like, oh my god.
I was like, I am doing eye surgery right now. Like,
Just imagine that on
jeez.
hardcore. Mess up. Now you gotta go all the way back to that save.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my god.
No.
Bro, you don't know
thank you.
how much I was like, okay, got this.
And then the regenerating monster.
Oh,
after
I
that.
hated that dude. But all you had to do is a stasis.
Yeah, and then
dip.
I won't even. Yeah, I guess you could do arms. I won't even waste ammo on arms because as soon as you go through the door, he's just gonna come back right away.
Yeah, true.
But are you gonna ever play 3? Okay.
I have.
Do you know
I
what
played
the
through
story
3.
of 3 is? Did you watch it at least?
No, I know that Isaac Clarke's girlfriend starts dating another dude,
And then that dude's
Yeah.
pretty ditched.
and then that dude is, huh?
And then he dies. I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah, he dies.
I would say Dead Space 3 is fun when playing co-op because your friend will automatically just start going crazy. You'll just see him like this, what's going on? Like, what's going on?
Yeah, it's
Your friend's
fun.
like, I don't know where I'm at right now. I'm somewhere else.
Yeah,
And
the
then out of
co-op is
nowhere,
fun.
Necros come after you. So you're fighting while your friend's just
Going insane.
Oh, God.
It was like,
Oh,
oh,
Yeah, the co-op's
it's
pretty
really
fun.
cool.
It is fun to play,
Because
and it is more action still. But
Because it happened to my friend Sean. I was like, okay, all we need to do is go through this door. And I went through the door. And he wasn't with me. So I turned around. And I just saw him like in the elevator. Just, Sean. And then, at the same time, his mic cut off. So it was so authentic. It was so authentic. I
It
was
was
like,
just your friend.
I was like,
freaking
Sean,
out.
It's like,
are you there, man? And Sonny, I just come out of the bits and everything. No,
Sean, snap back to reality.
Come back, Sean, please. I don't want to die.
But it kind of ruined it because they made you start fighting people in there too, which they didn't need that.
They didn't, yeah,
You're
They
fighting
gave
with
you
human
have
mercenaries.
this work. You have this world where literally the monsters are created from just putting body parts together and making grotesque looking things, and you're like, let's make half the game you fight human
just
beings.
normal soldiers.
No, it was funny to see them die by the Necros. Like that one speedy dude just, and he just cut somebody in half. I'm like, oh.
That's
Not
fine.
going
Just
in
make
that
that
game.
happen. Make it be a scene where Isaac's looking from like another room and sees
And
it
sees
happen.
it
He doesn't
happen,
have to go fight the humans afterwards.
He's like, that looks like it sucks.
It'd be cool
Sucks
if
for you, buddy.
It'd be cool if you can like actually, if they make a new game, you can crack doors open. Just be like,
I was about to say, yeah, lean in and then just be like,
See what happens.
nope.
one of the doors one day would just have a arm come out to you and stab you in the face.
Oh,
Not quick enough.
I like them.
Open the door?
So,
No.
I liked how if you played the puzzle game
Mhm.
for Dead Space,
3.
No, it was before. It was between 1 and 2.
Ignition.
Yeah, Ignition. You played as the guy who opened the door for Isaac, and you find out what was his story before, and then it starts 2 off with him just dying right in front of you, basically.
Like in Ignition, he was a dick. He just let his girl die. Like,
well, his girl worked for the evil church, so she deserved it.
no,
There was a reason.
No. He worked for the evil church.
They both did, technically.
No. She didn't even know he worked for the church.
It was the other way around.
No. It was home dude worked for the church. But I think she knew. But she didn't know what his intentions were. Because all she was thinking, he's trying to get us into a skate pod or something like that. Nah, he's trying to get you to Isaac Clarke. So get them to the Scientology. Unitologist.
To the Scientologist. That's what it's been this whole time.
I told myself, if I see Scientology and they bring a marker to Earth or have a marker on Earth, I don't know what I would do.
First off, it's not really called Scientology.
I know it's Unitology, but it's similar.
It is.
It's very similar.
It's
Yeah.
similar. So if they find a marker and Scientology claims it.
First of all, I don't think the government would allow religion to claim anything.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, the government basically is religion. See from a standpoint like that.
Uh-oh. Don't get too deep into
I'm
it.
not gonna get too deep.
Don't get too deep.
Not gonna get too deep. It's just
You're gonna have somebody come up to you. Excuse me. I disagree with this.
please explain your opinion.
Explain your theory, sir. Have some tea. Here's the tea.
He's Uncle Ruckus.
No relation.
No. Oh, that hurts me.
Tyler's the Uncle of the group. He's had to back up for that one.
That hurts.
That is now, pass the salt.
Yes.
Pass the
No,
salt.
that's for him now because how he feels.
That's how you do it. You made the man part.
He's gonna take a sip of that water. It's gonna turn to seawater.
All that salt. He's gonna start floating in his belly. I don't know what other games are coming.
Does anybody want a Banjo Kazooie game to come back?
No. You can keep that Banjo Kazooie.
Kung Fu Chaos.
Never played Banjo-Kazooie. I feel like I've missed out on something like Kingdom Hearts, Final Fantasy, Banjo-Kazooie.
Where you been, man?
Since N64 days.
I just never...
Conker's Bad Fur Day?
Yes, Conker's Bad Fur Day.
We need a sequel to that one.
Now, a new Conker's game I would buy.
This world isn't prepared for that anymore. It's too
PC.
It is
you couldn't
too
have... Because they have like squirrels and stuff like that have big old titties.
it was the flower.
It was the
You
flower.
You bounced on the flower's tits.
Oh,
That's what happened.
It's like,
You fought the giant poo monster. You literally feed the bull prunes to make him shit himself to death.
Oh my god.
That's so much bad shit in that game.
But that's why it's so great.
I know. That's why I want to go back and play
That's
it
why
again.
it's
You know
so
what?
great.
I'll just bring back Papa
And then
Rapper.
they ripped off Alien for the
Yes.
ending. Do you remember that?
Punch. There ain't no
You
time.
don't?
You know, I don't
Kick,
remember
punch.
the Alien?
You don't.
What?
Conquer ripped off Alien for the ending
Yeah,
of the game.
the last-
You literally
the
have the
last
power loader to fight the monster at
Like
the end.
the last battle, the creature pops out on the panther's chest because the scientist's like, fuck you. It popped out his chest and became a queen. You see Conker come out of nowhere.
With the power loader.
With the power loader, like...
And he fights the alien and keeps knocking it out into space until
He's
it
like,
finally
get away from
beat
her,
him.
you bitch. Like,
And then the ending of the game is, I think she and the alien go out into space, so they both die, and he's just sitting on the throne all pissed and upset because he lost his girlfriend in the end after he went through all this. That's why he looks so pissed in the beginning of the game.
Any
why
Gears
it's
of
a
War
bit-
fan?
Yes.
I like Gears of War.
Yeah.
5, here's my prediction. Kate's gonna turn evil, JD's gonna lose his arm, and Marcus is gonna die.
I stopped after 3.
Well, Judgment Day wasn't all that great.
3?
Judgment
That was a perfectly ended story.
I just knew like Dom was gonna kick the bucket. Like especially when that trailer when he was like, just shoot me. I was like, yeah, he's going to kill himself with this one.
Yeah.
I was like,
He was looking
sad.
for a way out.
He's like, I want to die, please.
Yeah.
But I want to save my friends in the process. got this.
Yeah.
I'll die after I save them.
Gears of War 3 wrapped it all up fine. You know, Locust Queen dead, Locust Horde gone, obliterated, and for the we extra obliterated them this time.
Yeah, like
The Lambent gone. You know what I mean? Like it was like it was over. It was the caboose, and then I didn't mind Judgment because it was like okay, it's telling a different part of the story from a different era, which is still going to be cool to see because all the consequences are still there.
Right? Yeah.
And I like Baird, but
then it went to 4 when he was like, "Why are they bringing it back again?"
yeah, and it's all these new. You see them pick up the armor. It's like now we're the. I'm like nah.
And then the enemy is
like
not
the
only the locusts. It's now robots from the government.
Really? Yeah, they biofused with the robots, and now they're machine and animal. No, it's true.
Are you ever gonna play it for real?
No.
Okay.
Like in Gears of War 4, one of the creatures called a pouncer. Not a pouncer. I'm gonna call him a pouncer anyway. He has these quills, and he shoots into the robots, and like Quill fuses with the robot, and they can control the robot.
Really?
Yes, because at the end of it, like homie saw it happen, and the robot tried to kill him right there while anybody controlling it. It's like, oh, before premise.
But
yeah.
Go ahead. I was saying, but so Gears of War 4, somehow the locusts are back. They're weird and changed somehow from this all that happened. They're called the Swarm now. Yet they're for some reason I don't remember. It's been a while since I played 4. The government is sending robots to kill you and stuff because they became corrupt.
But they think you stole it.
You what?
They think that Day's group is stealing their people when in doubt it's the Swarm stealing snatching people.
Oh yeah, they don't believe the Swarm exists because they haven't seen it. They believe it's Marcus's son in him. So towards the end, they find out that the Swarm actually exists.
So this world. So did they reject that the Locust ever existed?
No,
basically.
No. They don't reject. No, the government knows the Locusts existed before.
Yeah, they know.
They reject that the Locusts are back because they haven't seen it yet. Because the Swarm, whenever they wait for, there's like a natural occurring like storm that like keeps happening on this planet because the world's fucked from all the stuff they've done to it. So the Swarm attacks when all this happens, and they don't know they exist. They think it's the storm killing them, but it's actually them taking people and using them to make other Swarm because they pretty much are turning humans into locusts now at some point. Because I don't know if the way they reproduce is fucked up now or whatever, whatever happened to them. But they're kidnapping them and putting them in pods and stuff like this. But they do it in the hiding with the storms and stuff, which are basically big ass tornadoes
of lightning
that have lightning in them and look like sandstorms inside of them if you get caught in it and stuff like that.
God.
Think of Mad Max and that one tornado they went past.
Yeah.
Just like that, basically.
So that's what they cover up themselves in, and towards the end they find out they really do exist and stuff like this, and it kind of ends after you fight like a Swarm version of like the big claw thing or whatever like that, and that's how that one ends. Marcus joined your group now. Oh. He's still around doing his thing.
You find out that Kate is related to Queen Mira.
Really?
Did you? Yeah. I didn't know that.
Yeah, Reyna is Queen Mira's daughter.
Oh, I didn't even know that part.
So Kate's grandmom was the queen, and basically she had a necklace that she had around her neck. No one knew what it was until the ending when she flipped it, and everybody saw the locust symbol. Everybody, shit, including me. I was like,
oh, maybe they're still around because she's a descendant of the queen.
Basically, they're looking for a new queen. That's why they stole her mom, first place.
I forgot about it. It's been a long time since I played it.
Basically, they stole her mom just to reproduce the whole queen thing because family genetics, blah blah blah. So basically, in the 5th one, Kate gonna be evil.
I mean, they're gonna have to because there's gonna be 3 of them. They said there'll be 3 new gears.
3 new gears?
4, 5, and 6.
Oh, yeah.
There's gonna be a 6th one.
Got the 5th one. Like I said, JD gonna lose his arm. Marcus is gonna die. Kate is gonna.
That's your 3 predictions for 5.
That's my 3 predictions. Right.
So I mean, they tried to make it believable what happens with 5, with 4 and 5.
Yeah, knowing about that storm, I was about to say if they just disbelieved
that these locusts are just coming out in the open and grabbing people.
And people are just like, bro, we just got done fighting the Locust
Yeah.
like 10 years ago. They definitely are here. So it's like you're just being an ass. But that's not. It's kind of
Not bad.
some justification.
Like the locusts didn't really die. What they were saying is like they cocooned themselves in this diamond like chrysalis. Not even diamond can cut through the bitch. I'm like, you get armor like that though?
All right.
I mean,
Oh,
that's what. Did you fight the Berserker? Did they have a Berserker version of him in that one?
no, well, kind of. You know, the Swamper, he was a big ass dude that shot stuff out his chest. You got close to him, he will rip you in half.
I was saying, what if the Berserker one keeps the diamond skin chrysalis around him, and that's the new Berserker?
Yeah, I'm not gonna be playing that game. We'll need a hammer of Dawn or something.
No. Does the Hammer of Dawn even exist in that one
I don't
anymore?
know.
I don't
They
remember.
actually touched on that subject.
I don't remember if they used it or not.
The
anymore.
Hammer of Dawn was always so
Anyway.
so
Dawn.
sick.
It's all, and
Hammer.
it was always convenient. Hold on, they're fighting the big thing. Just hold out for 5
Yeah, if a
minutes. The
Brumac-
satellite's almost in
If a
position.
Brumac was coming down the street.
The satellite
like-
just is in perfect position right now for some
Where
reason.
is it?
It just sucks when it's not there. Sorry, Gears. The satellite's gone.
We need the hammer. It's not there. Figure it out yourself, damn it. This is what happens when you rely on luck for your battle tactics.
It's like we can't be relied upon every time.
It's a fucking satellite. It orbits. I can't help you.
That's another thing. You could have just made a satellite just for the Hammer of Dawn.
That is a satellite just for the hammer.
No. That doesn't just orbit. You can actually control where it goes instead of just
They
letting
didn't
it
have a
go.
way to refuel it, so it just
Yeah.
probably drifts in space.
Yeah, all you gotta do is put up more satellites.
Yep.
Hey, that's
I mean,
that
they
sounds
were
great.
in Gears. They were in a losing war.
No,
where they-
I know.
No, I'm talking about what he said. Like,
Yeah.
like control it. And I'm like, they're in a losing war. There's only there's only like 3 cities left. If they don't have the money to send them,
It's vaguely implied that there's like less than like 20,000 COG soldiers.
But it's like,
It's got to be less
what's
than
the
that.
planet though? There's got to be more than just them on the
No.
planet.
not when not when the enemy comes from within the planet. It can come up on any part of the
Yeah, but
world.
still, you got a whole planet. Yeah,
That doesn't mean
I know what
Planet
you.
like-
Well, I know what you're saying.
So,
Like, there's
they-
going to be secluded areas where some people haven't been reached, but those are going to be so few.
And
far
those
between.
people can't make the technology to make a spaceship either.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
those
they can
people-
make a
those
bond
people
man
are-
out of rocks parts. We
That's-
can rebuild them.
Those
Not the
people are
same.
in no position to help anybody.
No.
In first, if you think of it this way, we're only on the surface of the world. They have the whole entire world.
Yeah.
Inside of it, they could have locusts coming up. They had a worm.
True.
It's
That
a
was
worm.
awesome.
That was.
That worm
You had to
was
go inside
dope.
of it and cut it
kill
with-
it from the
Yeah,
inside.
yeah.
I
It
was
like-
wondering,
that was
like,
cool.
how do they make these tunnels? And suddenly, worm.
and then that
It's
thing
a
comes
giant
by and it is
worm.
evil. He's like, they're destroying cities with a giant worm.
It's an Alaskan bullworm.
What we have to do
It's pushed
is take Jacinto and push it somewhere else.
Does it work when it comes from under the ground?
Oh god.
What we gotta do is we gotta put boosters on Jacinto and hover it in the sky. Then they're doomed.
Yeah, Borderlands 2 style. Just
That's
put,
the
put Sanctuary in the air.
That's the perfect defense against something that lives underground.
I
Yep,
mean,
really?
I don't think
Okay.
they.
I
I don't think they've recuperated enough to do
No.
that.
I mean,
You got-
it's been what 10
You
years?
literally,
You've got decades and decades of
you literally
rebuilding
went from
to do.
human population being the billions to like
a couple,
like 100,000,
maybe
or less,
100,000,
And
with
another
including
generous.
civilians.
And
Yeah.
another thing was, what I hated on Gears of War 4 is like, you didn't see not a single human, though they said that people were being snatched up.
Mhm.
You didn't see not a single human in that city.
They're all probably hiding. I would think. Try to hide as best you could, even though they can make a sinkhole under wherever you are.
That's true, yeah.
Man.
Why didn't they? You know what? If it was so easy to close emergence holes, why didn't everyone get a grenade standard?
I was about to say, you drop one grenade and that stops up one of their,
holes.
one of
Yeah.
their soldiers'
The
holes.
thing was, like, these didn't come out the ground. They were already, like, on top of the surface.
Oh, I'm talking about the original.
Oh, originals were fun just to pop them out the ground. Like,
That- I know. I was just saying, like, if based on how the game made you play,
Mhm.
if they just had holes they come out of. And it was so easy just throwing a grenade in to do it. Why didn't they just give everyone grenades?
That's just use this in the case of emergency.
Teach kids how to use them.
Yeah.
Remember, pull, throw.
First, the gear grenades did not require pulling. You just took it out. That shit would blow up. It just knew when to blow up for some reason.
What I wish is that they adapted the sticky grenades judgment. You just threw them, and if they hit somebody, it stuck to their body.
They did adapt it. Push B and it sticks to a wall.
Look, okay. I want to throw it and it hits somebody and it sticks on it.
That was my favorite part about Gears is just this grenade. You walk up and it sticks to them, and they're like, "Oh shit, where did I?" They can't do nothing.
Now if they're smart enough, they'll roll back into you to blow both of y'all up.
Say that, but what if I roll forward and he rolls back?
Yeah.
At that point, it's a chess game. Where are you gonna go?
I used to do this every time I get stuck. Turn around real quick.
Now,
punch them to slow them down and blow up.
I do like the Nashers for multiplayer. I mean, that's fine. I do think they should have a game mode without Nashers, though, just if people want to play without just only shotguns. Do they have one?
Yeah,
it's just called multiplayer.
Basically.
Regular multiplayer, Nasher mode.
They were thinking of bringing Battle Royale to Gears. I was like,
no,
what?
That would be stupid.
How would that work? That would be cool, though. Locusts and humans, and the locusts actually come out the ground and stuff. Brumok's ready and stuff. Just
Battlefield Gear.
Who has the longbow? They win.
We got the sniper rifle.
The best.
We pop the head before they charge it up.
The best feeling ever was blind firing a longbow and it headshot someone.
Yeah.
Like a 360.
Has that ever happened to you before?
Yeah.
I remember you remember the level that had the stairwell? You start at the bottom, and it's a stairwell going up. It's like 3 different stories. Yeah, I was like at the bottom. I was like, I only have one shot, so I blind fired it up, and it headshot the guy on the 3rd level. I was like, this is dumb as shit.
That guy's using hacks. He cheated. He didn't
Report.
Troll face.
The headshots are like this. They get headshot. They're like, they stand there for a little bit.
That's like when their knees buckles and like.
I like the sawed off. It was fun to use.
Man, if you missed, you're fucked.
That's the purpose of a sawed off. You're not supposed to miss.
Don't miss.
Boom, boom.
You had to be closer though. If you ran against a Nasher, it was really hard because you had to get close enough, and the Nasher fucking could snipe people sometimes. It was so inconsistent in the 3rd.
Like the updates kill. People was like, shoot me in one shot with a shotgun. It's a shotgun. And you were close.
My favorite thing though is when I have the retro lancer and they're shooting me and I'm slowing down, but I'm still coming and I get them somehow.
Like the last inch of health, like using the.
It just vacuums them into the blade.
It magnetizes them to their face to your chainsaw.
How did you do that? I was shooting you with actives. Suck it.
Does the run animation still do that little like
yes, it does that still.
Oh, that was.
I try doing that in real life. It hurts. Bad on my knees.
And
like,
the camera shakes.
That's how they all got so. That's how they all got so big, is running around like that.
It's like, I guess when you're the size of a refrigerator, you kind of have to run how you can.
You gotta make yourself smaller somehow, so you roly poly.
Hello.
Steroids. I want to talk about like, what was it? Spartan 2. They wouldn't even be able to fit in this.
They'd have to custom make them for it. First of all. People now back on the Halo. People underestimate how strong the Spartans are because they don't show them actually ever punch shit or whatever. when it told me that, like when you read the books and stuff like that, it tells you like Master Chief literally he punched an elite in the chest so hard that it shattered his spine or killed him. I forgot how hard he hit him.
Or stop that dude. Boom. Right through the armor and shield, right through the shielding. It's like
that has to hurt.
So all you heard was.
And elites are naturally durable.
Yeah. Dang.
Now, can he do that to a brute? I don't know. I seen him somersault kick a brute in the face, stuffed on his hammer. Somersault.
Those brute chieftains are no joke.
They are.
Those brute chieftains are nothing to mess
I remember
with.
on Halo 2, when the energy sword ran out, I used to just run around and start. Like when the brute would go in rage, I was like, bring it. Switch to the fist. We'd just be punching each other in the face until someone dies. Legendary, you couldn't do that.
No.
No. Say, nah, I can't play that game with you today.
I want to see exactly what he did to this person.
What, the elite?
Yes.
I don't think was it a novel? Or
It had to be. I don't unless these games are now going crazy.
that'd be awesome. Bunch of whole through. Seal.
Oh yeah.
Imagine the Green Ranger as a. He'll just be slapping people. Seal.
I've been heads off.
Is Power Rangers supposed to be getting a sequel?
I don't think so. I really don't think so, unless they do the comic book version of Green Lantern.
Green Wrong game.
Of the Green Ranger, in which he turns evil and actually controls everything. That would be cool. That Tommy was. He cut people down with that dragon. Red Ranger? That.
It's a lot of weird questions. February 8th, because Master Chief fucking
We need to add
enough time he could, I'm assuming.
This made his jaw like it's roaring at him. Just boom! Socks
T-Rex jaw just
It's like, could you cut a tree down using a bar of soap? I guess eventually.
Some point. Some training.
Do your job.